light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys. Time to make a choice. Time to find our courage. Time to be deployed. Make our only stand here. Make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready. Kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, who cares why we're fighting? It's about the fight. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In a time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm fighting the war because it's a Friday. Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Arbonauts, to a Friday night stream. It is October 26, 2018, in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini, etc., etc. It's about 20 minutes after 9 p.m. Eastern, and I hope you folks are excited and ready and hyped for some Lone Wolf HD Remastered as we close out this game, this surprisingly good game, this game that I didn't think was going to be quite as enjoyable as it has been, as we look forward to get this closed out and get ready to kind of wrap up October over the next few days. Before we get there, just a couple of reminders about ways to support the stream. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. That is always an awesome thing. If you haven't done so already, what's up, Kenley? Good to see you, man. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to check out the YouTube channel with the exclamation point ArvTube, where you can see past broadcasts of this and other games. Exclamation point ArvCord will get you over to my Discord, where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Exclamation point ArvTweets. It's Saturday the 27th. Yes, my bad, King Jin. I just always assume that it's 5 weeks ahead, and you guys are way ahead of the curve. I just assume that automatically. Exclamation point ArvTweets will let you follow my Twitter. Please do that. That is always appreciated as I talk about stuff, not just gaming related. I also talk about streaming and about teaching and about writing and about family and of course about politics and stuff like that. So that is always a good time. Exclamation point tweet will allow you to retweet this stream. Please do that because we want to be able to broaden out beyond just the Twitch community to other folks folks who might not know about this otherwise. So please do that. That is always appreciated. What's up, Lucathea? Saturday morning Magnamund. I got all these people from different. I love having an international audience. It's really awesome. Welcome, Lucathea. Exclamation point Arv. What did I say for that? Exclamation point tweet for that would be helpful to retweet the stream. And then we've got exclamation point Arv shop. That is my merchandise area. Right now it has Infinity and Beyond stuff, but we hope to have other stuff soon as well over there. Assignment Impossible, maybe even some Adventures of Middle Earth and stuff like that. Exclamation point, last couple things which are really important. Exclamation point Arvtreon. Now, we are currently sitting at 379.96. That definitely is a help to the channel, and I do want to say that with the construction of the Arv and Elrond website and with a bunch of stuff like that, including getting games and paying folks and everything, the Patreon is a little bit tapped at the moment. So any way that you can support, either through subscriptions, which are amazing, and I'll talk about in a minute, or through the Patreon, which is amazing, is really helpful. I hope to be able to add some tiers and stuff like that soon as well. I know that Brahms, who I don't think here is right now, I'm almost done with his character background, actually, as I'm finally just about caught up with everything. And so you can get an epic character background done for you and other stuff. So that's a lot of stuff which helps the channel and also which helps you. Also, I should mention that I just yesterday uploaded sent off the final proof for my band's third album. So we will, in fact, they said that's going to be ready next week. And so I'm going to be doing a release stream in November of that album, and we're going to be doing a live release down in New York in December as well. So we've got that coming up. And so that is one of the 3 albums that you can pick up as part of this Patreon, which would always be appreciated. So I'm really excited about that. Rock God actually did the art for that and did an amazing job with it and the cover design and all. So came out really well, and I'm really excited to share it with all of you. Our third album, 15 years, 3 albums, basically an album every 5 years. It's not terrible, as long as we make sure it's a good album, right? But we called it 5 years later as kind of an inside joke because it did take us a little while to get it done, but it is finally done. Anyway, that's one of the things you can get with the Patreon. And then the last, I would love to see that get north of 400 and up, so please consider supporting if you can. And then the last thing, of course, is that sub button right above the sub window. We are right now sitting at about 56 subs. Our record has been 70, so if we're able to get back to that, north of 60 and heading upwards, that would be much appreciated because, again, that's always good stuff, and that also helps the channel and the stream as well. Schedule-wise, we've got Lone Wolf going on tonight. As I said, we're going to be wrapping that up. Tomorrow, we have got Masters of the Dungeon at 6 p.m. Eastern, so Masters of the Dungeon will be with you as we continue my D&D roundtable show. Good luck with the lines, Lego. What's up, man? Good luck with the lines. Yeah, I heard that the lines were a problem, and I guess they're trying to do some things to make it up to people, but sounds like it was kind of a nightmare. Yeah, so anyway, so tomorrow at 6 p.m. we've got Masters of the Dungeon, my roundtable D&D show with the Dave the Digital DM and, of course, Askren, so that will be coming up tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening we have got D&D with viewers coming up. So if you want to play D&D with me, make sure that you stop by so you can check out some D&D with viewers. I do want to point out, by the way, about that there is supposedly, everyone's talking about like this huge nor'easter coming in. If it were about a month and a half later in the season, this would probably be a massive blizzard. As it is, it just looks to be a pretty big windy rainstorm. So they're talking about, I got the emails from Con Ed today basically being like, all right, if you lose power, here's what to do. So I don't know how serious that's going to be. I don't know if that's going to be a major problem or not. But I just wanted to let people know that it's conceivable that the power might go out here, in which case I obviously won't be able to stream, but I hope that is not the case because obviously I would like to stream tomorrow. And then the last stream, of course, will be on Tuesday of the month. That'll be on Tuesday. I'm going to be playing Firewatch as chosen by chat, the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month. And then I will be over on GOG with Pen and Pixels playing D&D Storm King's Thunder, and we may have a little bit of costume Halloween surprise going on as well. The last stream, actually I shouldn't say that's the last stream because I'm going to be trying to stream on Wednesday as well. I'm going to be doing my usual Edgar Allan Poe reading, so I'm going to be doing a reading of The Raven, which I always try to do, and then I usually pick another story, not always by Poe, but usually by Poe, in which, to do that. And depending on the time frame, sometimes I might even play a bit of a game like Sunless Sea or something a little bit spooky like that. We will see, because Thursday I don't actually have school because it's All Saints Day, so I may be streaming a little bit on Wednesday and doing that kind of official, unofficial, Edgar Allan Poe Halloween reading. So we'll see what's going on with that. Anyway, that's what's going on. Rather more long-winded than I planned. Sorry about that. But other than that, I am very excited. I got a lot of writing done today that I needed to do. Got a lot of work out of the way, squared away. So feeling pretty good. Feeling like I've got sort of schedule back under control. Knock on wood, he said. And I'm looking forward to finally wrapping up Lone Wolf. And so with that said, let me get rid of that. And let me get rid of, wait for it, this. And last but certainly not least, here is this. There we go. Good to see you all. What's up, everyone? I am also, of course, wearing my Boston Red Sox hat tonight because the Red Sox are currently engaged in Game 3 of the World Series. They are leading 2-0. If they won tonight, it would be up 3-0. It would be pretty awesome. There's only one team that's ever come back from 3-0 down in the playoffs in a major sport, in a baseball or football or basketball to win, and that, of course, was the Boston Red Sox, who did it some years ago. And so it's a pretty good chance if they win tonight that they're in good shape. So I'm going to have, my phone is going to be on over here on silent, and I may occasionally be kind of looking down to sort of see how things are going. I'm really happy about how well they've played. Even if they lose all 3 in LA, they still get to come back to Boston and play again, so we will see. But I'm excited. It's been a good series, and it's been a really great sort of sports year for a lot of reasons, actually, on multiple levels. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good times. What's up, Ibrahim? Woo from Marimba. Well, woo back to Marimba is what I have to say. It is good to have Zach and friends of Zach here. Always a big fan. You thought I was wearing a Brazilian soccer kit. No, this is actually, I can see why you'd say that, Genley, but no, this is actually Irish Rules football. I have an Irish Rules football jersey, so it doesn't totally match the color and the thing, but whatever, it happens. Anyway, we are wrapping up Lone Wolf today. I am excited. Really enjoyed this game, and with no further ado, I think we should head over and do it. Let's make it happen. Story recap, yes. So what happened during this game, or what has happened during this game, is that Lone Wolf has managed to get into the fortress and has climbed up and basically traveled all the way to where he's at that final state of just dealing with the fortress itself. He actually was trapped in this prison. He actually faced the main bad guy who beat him because he was like uber boss, scripted, I can't lose type of thing. So Lone Wolf was in a prison, and we just got out and got all our stuff back out of prison. So that's basically where we stand. We are in the final act and the final sequence of this game, and so that's what we're looking at that. Did I see about TwitchCon? Yeah, I did. I said I live in New York, JLC, but I got my doctorate at Brandeis University in Waltham, and my heart really is in Boston. I am a New England kid. I love New England, and so I've been a Red Sox fan for 30 years. No, 33 years, I should say. And so yeah, I'm. That's kind of why. And we are in the Darklands. Yes, although actually, now that I think of it, I'm not 100% sure that this fortress is in the Darklands. I know that we're dealing with a Dark Lord, but this is pretty near the village that Lone Wolf is supposed to be kind of the liege lord of. The village is in his territory, so I don't actually know if they're in the Darklands. Anyway, yes, I did see about TwitchCon Lego, yeah, I mean, good luck tomorrow. I know that, I know that they said they screwed up. It's funny for me because I do a number of conventions during the year, as you folks know. In fact, I just got my invitation for ReaderCon in Boston for next year. And so I'm kind of building up my conferences, seeing what I'm going to be going to, my conventions and conferences. And one of the ones that I've never been able to do is TwitchCon, just because I do so many goddamn conferences. Like, for a lot of people, TwitchCon is like the conference they go to, or maybe, that, and maybe one of the AGDQs, and maybe a couple of the PAXs, right? Like, so usually people go to a couple, 3 or 4 a year maybe. I'm usually going to like 8 or 9. So for me, it's like, this is like one of those occasions where I'm like, you guys have a good time. God bless you. I got to rest and do work and all that kind of good stuff. So that's the thing like that. Yeah, it could be Lucathea, but I don't think so. The fortress itself is where they took this equipment, basically, that they want to use against Lone Wolf and his people. And the fortress is not that far from the village where the equipment was supposedly invented. And I don't think the village is in the Darklands. So I don't think so, but I got to be honest, I'm not 100% sure where this is located. But anyway, so 17 hours, Act 4, Chapter 2. That is what I'm talking about. Let's make it happen. What do I suggest you do? Telling people to come at 7 a.m. with Friday, only people coming in for free tomorrow? I mean, if they're telling you to come in at 7 a.m., then I think you need to come in at 7 a.m., Lego. I mean, I think they would know better. I think they probably got overwhelmed by the numbers, and I think, you know, there's always growing pains. I mean, this is only, what, TwitchCon's third year? Maybe fourth year at most? You know, Gen Con's been doing this for 30 years. Origins has been doing this for a long time. San Diego Comic-Con's been around for a long time. So a lot of these places, a lot of these huge conventions, and TwitchCon hasn't been as huge, but certainly getting huge. They may not know about handling the line. So if they're telling you 7, I would say you probably are going to get that early. You're 5 books away from book 10. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. We are a little ways away. That's true. Okay. So here's where we are, the relic storage chamber. I think I did everything I needed to do, if I'm not mistaken. I'm full up there. I've got my inventory set. I think all my equipment has been, like, fixed up and everything, and yeah, alright. Cool. I am in good shape, so let's head on to the next stage, the Hall of Crossed Swords. Do I want to write my story from here? Yes. Yes, I do. As you had anticipated, all of the forces on the first floor of Viteg were concentrated into that one group you encountered at the stairs. You find the next flight of stairs to be devoid of guards, and you were able to ascend quickly. Upon reaching the second floor, you discover a chamber that looks painfully familiar. This is the room in which you battled Warlord Gunzar. It was here you were felled by the power of his captured Chianti amulet, and the summer sword was shaken loose from your hand to impale itself into the flagstone floor. Looking around with eager expectation, your heart races when you spot precisely what you came here to find. Sticking upright in the floor where it landed, you see your golden weapon of legend. Unfortunately, you are not the only one who is here. As you feared, Gunzar has sent a force to deal with the Sommersword. As you watch from the shadows of the stairwell, 3 shapes appear in the distance and come to stand before your glowing blade. Yes, Wolf Bros. That's right. That's right. Yup. 2 are clad in crimson robes, and you can see an unnatural light flickering eerily across their chests. They are Vordax. As terrible as they can be, the Vordax are not necessarily the worst of what awaits you here. The third figure is a towering behemoth, an armored reptilian horror that stands nearly as tall and as broad as did Redfang the Gorgaz. Together, these 3 enemies pose too big a threat to be attacked head-on. Your Kai powers are great, but against enemies like these, you will need to employ the kind of powerful magic that only the Sommersword can provide. It's true. Yet to retrieve the Sommersword, first you must get past the Vordax and their hulking Gorgaz companion. If you are to deal with them effectively, you must retrieve your mighty weapon before you engage them in combat. You need a plan, and you need it quickly, lest you be discovered and overpowered a second time. I don't want that. Make your choice. Alright, what do we got? Mind Shield, run past the Vordax. That seems sketchy, because that is their thing. I can't do that. Make a run for the Sommersword? No, reach for the Sommersword. Alright, we're going to do Mind Shield. Hopefully this works. Whole again. Achievement unlocked. Knowing the Vordax as you do, you can anticipate their strategy. Their minds are their greatest weapons, and they use their psychic powers whenever and wherever and whenever possible. It may just give you the advantage you need. You lie in wait until the Gorgaz is as far from the Sommersword as its loping gait permits. Then you begin to run as fast as you can towards the beckoning golden glow of your wondrous blade. Simultaneously, you erect your mental shields and focus on the Vordax with all your might. Just as predicted, the Vordax detect your powers and turn on you. They shriek with anger and assail you with the power of their fell minds. Yet because they are attacking you psychically, physically they do not move. This is precisely what you had hoped for. They do not reduce their distance from you, and they do not close the gap between themselves. Your mind shield lasts just long enough to see you safely across the room and all the way to the Sommersword itself. The moment you take hold of its hilt, the sword leaps free of the stone floor and settles into your hand as if it has never been parted from your grasp. It's like Mjolnir, right? It's like Thor and his hammer. He's like, he gets it back, he's like, oh yeah. Yeah. Sommersword, get Sommersword hype. That's what I'm talking about, baby. With a burst of speed, you dodge to the side, parry a crushing blow from the Gorgaz, and counterattack with the Sommersword. Your upwards arc slices open the huge beast chest. It bellows in pain and shock and staggers back. It will need time to recover from this crippling blow before it will be able to push forward again. Yeah, time, by which we mean surgery to heal up its gaping chest wound. As daring and effective as your maneuver has been, you do not have time to gloat about it. The Vortex are close behind and ready to attack, yet you can count now on the full potential of your powers. Oh yeah, Sommersword has returned. I really don't like that my endurance starts this way. Nope, I have Mind Shield. Okay. Sommersword time. Ah, I missed you. Missed you, Sommersword. Zap! Okay, let's see. Well, let's see. Death to the Gorgaz. Okay, somebody was talking about Wolfbro. Whoops, that's not it. Wolfbro before. I present to you the power of Wolfbro. Yeah, the art in this is really good, Lucathea. It's one of the great strengths of this game. Nice. That was a good time to crit hit on that. Okay, let's see. Oh, crap. Bastard. Okay. I think that guy's gonna die pretty quickly anyway. Okay. Oh, shoot. I don't love that health situation. Nice. This guy's dead. That just leaves one dude. Okay. Nope. I'm still blocking you, bro. And get ready for it. Vortex. The power of Duncrag. Zap! Sommersword, baby. That's what I'm talking about. It's the Sommersword. Nice. Okay, finest throwing knives, 4 of those. I don't care about this. I don't need that. That's useful, and that's useful. All useful, basically. Yeah, Psychic Whites is right. The Gorgaz lies... Oh, actually, before I start reading that, let me actually take care of my health. Let me take care of my health situation. Okay, how we doing on this? We've got, completely restore. Yeah. Alright, so... This is a good time to use this, I think. That'll restore maximum there, and then I still need more endurance, but I will cover that. Let the power of mushrooms compel you. One more of those. Hey, what's up, Vengeance? Yes, it is an awesome book series. I still love the Fighting Fantasy game book series a little bit more, and Sorcery is always my favorite of the series. But this is great, no doubt. Like I have come to like Lone Wolf even more as I've gone through a lot of the things that I've been playing with this. So I've definitely dug it. Okay, cool. How we doing on? Good. We're up to maximum. I love it. The Gorgaz lies in a sizzling heap, the thick flesh of its left side melting away in the pool of burning acid left behind by the first Vordak you struck down. The Vordak's crimson heart gem is rapidly turning to powder, having been cleaved in two by your killing blow. The second Vordak is down, but it is still struggling to survive. It has yet to transform into a mess of corruption and blistering bile. It glares at you, its inhuman eyes burning with pain and bitter hatred. You were never to awaken from... Its dying words are spoken in the dark tongue, the vile language that is employed by only the most powerful of Nar's servitors and minions. Although you learned to recognize fragments of the dark tongue as part of your Kai training, you were not warned of the physical and psychic pain that this foul language can inflict upon humans in the confines of a closed chamber. From the shadow sleep, the amulet. Fortunately, the Vordak succumbs to its wounds before it can utter another foul word. Its body dissolves quickly into a viscous, caustic pool of foulness. You take a quick step backwards to stay safe from the vile-smelling residue as it spreads towards your feet. Yeah, I like the fact that you actually can keep building your hero over time. I like that. Having now slain the Vordaks and their Gorgaz enforcer, you rejoice in the fact that you have retrieved the Sommersword and are now best armed to face enemies in the higher levels of this grim tower. You are mindful that there is much still to do. Poor, mad Gringal is likely still here. You should visit him again and see if there is some way to help the wretched smith regain his senses or at least escape from this terrible place. Leandra's location remains a mystery. Hopefully you'll be able to find and rescue her before it's too late. Although she disobeyed you and rushed headlong into VTAG while you battled Abysmal, making this the 758,000th time that she disobeyed you, because that's what she does, like it's her job. Just saying. She is still a friend and a citizen of Rockstarn. It is your duty to save her if you can. But for now, you can only pray to God... Pray, should be AY. To God Kai that she is still alive. And perhaps the most daunting of your thoughts, you know that Warlord Gunzar is awaiting you. He defeated you once, striking you down during your last encounter. You sense that the time is fast approaching when you will be able to pay him back for that bitter humiliation. Alright, so they want me to go back to the store? Man, alright. Let me go back to the guy. Let's talk to the merchant first, then we'll write the story. Verdictor. 290 to 362, plus 3 strength, plus 1 dexterity. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's sell. The God Kai? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let me get rid of this first. Let me sell what I need to sell. Which is this, because I don't use crossbows. I can sell this, because I already have better ring. And I can sell this, because again, I don't use crossbows. Okay, 408. What do we got here? We got Verdictor. These are all maxed out. This is maxed out. Oh yeah, the ultimate knives scabbard. Okay, I need 1 full grain leather to up that. Okay, so let's do that. So we need 1 full grain leather. Let's see. I can buy 1 full grain leather, I believe. Not satchel. I don't want the actual thing. 1 full grain leather. Lovely. Okay. Ultimate Knives Scabbard. That is going to cost 49 gold crowns. 4 dexterity plus 2 intelligence. Next one is plus 5 and plus 3. I wonder if I can buy enough full grain leather. That's going to be expensive. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to try. Because I don't know how many more times I'm going to have the merchant here. 126. I think I may have enough. I think I might have enough. Yep. I'm going to be able to expand it. To upgrade it, I mean. Plus 6 dexterity, plus 4 intelligence. Wow. Now I'm never going to have enough to do the King's Leather to go up to level 3. Still, though, that's pretty good. Plus 5 dexterity, plus 3 intelligence. All I need to do is to up that one. I'm in pretty good shape with that, I would say. Okay, can we repair stuff, though? Repair that for 31. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I need to repair Verdictor. How much to repair Verdictor? 10 gold crowns, that's fine. Alright. Let's back up there. Can I do the Kai plate armor? How much for that? Oh, 6, yeah. Okay. Good, lovely. That is good. Alright. And the last thing is... how much for more knives? Because the knives are the things that I go through the most. So, I have 13. Let's buy 3 more. Okay. Alright, good, lovely. That's wonderful. Okay. Now we can write... let's write the story from here. It's funny since I'm going to be talking to the merchant, but for different reasons. You make your way back to the forge chamber and show Grigal the sample of pure Bronin that you have discovered. The wretched young blacksmith is unable to recall your earlier meeting. He assumes that you were a Drakarim officer who has come here with the task for him to perform. He takes the Bronin from your outstretched hand and holds it close to his eyes. An awkward grin spreads slowly across his sweat-drenched face. Kestukar! Kestukar! Much strong, he says excitedly in broken Gaiak. Shizak, Mogadak, Nartzek, sword, mace, or axe? Ooh. Axe? Can you make an awesome axe? Hell yeah, make me an axe, Grigal. What's up, son dear? Grigal sets about forging a Bronin axe for you with surprising vigor. His weaponsmithing skills are quite remarkable, and you observe him working with a newfound respect. In less than an hour, Grigal fashions for you a Bronin axe of impressive quality. It is perfectly balanced, and it has a razor-sharp blade. Really? Sundera. Plus 4 strength, plus 2% critical. I'd say that's pretty goddamn good, yeah. Achievement unlocked, Way of the Axe. Okay, before I look any more, I want to actually see what that's like to equip that. Okay, so that's plus 4 strength, plus 2 critical. This is plus 6 strength, plus 3 dexterity. And this is plus 5 strength, plus 3 intelligence. Oh, man, 295 to 369. Wow. This is clearly better. Alright. Plus 5 strength, plus 3 int. Plus 6 strength, plus 3 dex. Plus 4 strength. Yeah, I have to do it. And I'm going to sell the cleaver because then I can try to upgrade that. So I'm going to sell the cleaver. I'm going to have to do that after I get to talk to him. Grigal beams with pride as he passes the weapon to you for inspection. Hey, what's up, Brahms? How you doing, man? Good to see you, dude. Brahms, I am almost done with your character background. I got a lot more done of it today than I thought I'd be able to, so I would say another half hour or so, and I should be good to go with it. So I should be ready to hopefully read it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I would think, tomorrow's session, or at the latest by Tuesday. So that was good. I'm almost there with that stuff. Let's see. Okay, so Okake Hoki, G, you are much pleased, yes? I am. Can you upgrade it for free? G Grigal. Yes, Grigal, you reply with true sincerity. Okeg Hoki, me much pleased. The tag Explorer. Grigal returns to his anvil and begins to mumble your reply repeatedly to himself. Okeg Hoki, Okeg Hoki, Okeg Hoki. This Bronin weapon is one of the finest you have ever held in your hand, and you feel certain that its qualities will be put to the test before you leave this accursed tower. You bid Grigal farewell, but he does not hear you. He is now lost forever in his tragically sad and lonely world. Aw, man. Poor Grigal. I'm glad I went back here, though, because I needed to do that. So I'm going to be going there in a minute, but before I do that, we are going to talk to the merchant so I can sell the axe to him. The old axe. What's up, Echo? So we're going to sell the old axe, then I'm going to see if I can upgrade this axe. So we're going to sell Cleaver. Okay. Now, how much would it take to upgrade Sundera? Plus 5 strength, plus 3 critical. I would need 1 hardened Bronin and 2 King's Leather. 1 hardened Bronin. 1 hardened Bronin. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. And 2 King's Leather. I have just enough for that. Now I'm going to have to sell something or I'm not going to be able to afford. So let's see how much this is going to cost. It's going to cost 62. Okay, so I need to sell something. I need to sell something so I can get 62 gold. Basically is what that tells me. And let's see. The Elixir of Ode. Yeah, I don't know if I need 3 of those. I probably don't. Man, so many good things here. Yeah, I don't like getting rid of any of that, but I'm going to get rid of one of these Elixirs of Odes. I don't need all of these. Okay. So that will allow me to upgrade... will allow me to upgrade Sundera. Okay. Wait. What? No, what? I got King's Leather. I bought the King's Leather. Oh, did I buy the wrong leather? God damn it. I bought the wrong leather. Okay, so I still need 62. God damn, that's frustrating. I don't want to sell... Oh, I forgot I had that. Okay. Alright. So now, can I upgrade this, please, Sundera? Sundera, please. Can I upgrade this, please? There we go. Plus 5 strength, plus 3% critical. So this next one needs... Okay, hardened Bronin, 0 for 5. Oh, and I need 5 Bronin, 2 leather. That's too much. So, what's up, Ruckod? Yeah, Baindon would never bring the wrong leather. I know. We need Baindon. We need Baindon right now. Okay, so that's cool. Still, this is... Sundera is pretty badass, so that's great. So I'd need to upgrade that, and upgrade that at some point, maybe, but... In the meantime, feeling pretty good about all of this. So, good stuff. You have attained an advanced proficiency with axes. Okay, with an axe, your main weapon, have a greater chance to cause hemorrhage when you hit the enemy. I would have thought so. Okay, lovely. That's all the same. Okay. Right. Lovely. Okay. Let's do this up. Okay, let's head to the forge. Best guess is that I'm not going to be able to get there without getting into a fight, but that's okay. Oh god, I couldn't even get all the way there without getting into a fight. I thought I could at least get to the first one. But immediate fight. Hello, Demon Wolf. I always am starting with my endurance low. It's really bothering me. God damn it. That's a good starting place. Not at all. Jeez, man, get away. I need a wolf, bro. Yes, Masters of the Dungeon, then D&D with viewers tomorrow, Echo. Though, as I said, there's a big rain windstorm coming in, supposedly, and I got a thing from Con Ed saying, like, if you lose power, just be aware that you could lose power, and I'm like, okay. So, I feel like there is a chance that I might not be able to stream tomorrow if all of a sudden my power goes out. Normally, I mean, my power usually is pretty stable here, but you know, it is what it is. Like, they're like going into this great detail about how it's going to be difficult or whatever. That is really frustrating that that happened. Woo! Just in time. Just in time. Oh, come on, man. Really? Here, have a dagger. That was nuts. It's a nor'easter. Alright, good night, Genling. I barely got that off. Good gravy. Finest leather, hardened steel oak. That is weak. Weak treasure. Yeah, I was saying, Rock God, that in a month and a half, this would have been a pretty big blizzard, I think. How are we doing on endurance? Yeah, that's what I thought. I need to get my endurance back up there. Oh no, that's not right. That goes here, that goes here. Okay. Shoot. Like that, okay. And, right. Give me that endurance, please. Okay. That's pretty good, I would say. Alright, here we go. At least I got to one room. Hey! There we go. Guess I want to write my story from there. What's up, Jim? This is Lone Wolf HD Remastered, actually, Jim. Is what that is. Okay. Upon emerging onto the third floor, you find yourself standing in a vast chamber. The air hangs heavy here with the cloying stench of corruption and decay. The taint of undeath fills this hall. Like a vile and translucent incense that wafts through the gloomy half-light, it distorts all detail. Its dark walls are emblazoned with crimson banners bearing strange and unsettling sigils. Every flag is different to the next, and they each have a specific significance. You recognize them as Vordak sigils, and a sudden chill runs the length of your spine. The third floor could be where the undead sorcerers of the tower are stationed. Here, Abysmal itself may have planned its raid in the temple. You have already faced many of its undead brethren, including the ones that were guarding the Sommerswerd, but you cannot be sure about their remaining numbers. As ghastly as this hall may be, you have little time in which to examine its depths and seek an exit. Through a door in the far wall, a robed figure with glowing eyes and gaunt hands emerges to confront you. Your pulse quickens, for there is nowhere for you to run and hide from the psychic senses that this sorceress fiend possesses, especially here in its personal domain within the fortress. You steel yourself for the deadly combat that is about to commence. Alright, Vordak. Can I start with my endurance up for a change? Why is it always starting at the bottom? The flip? That was weird. Oh, great. Great! Okay. Sommerswerd time. Oh, crit on all of them. That is what I like to see. Okay. Okay. This is what I should have done in the first place. Nice. Let's see. Okay, and let's do that one. See ya, Broseph. Whoa! Have a seat, Vordak bastard. Okay. Let's get healing going so I can get my endurance back. Alright, and now we get Wolf Bro. The endurance starts to level finish the last battle. I guess, but I just don't know why it's always that low, but I guess there's nothing I can do about that. It should be even ones. Yeah, it's Lone Wolf HD Remastered. Pretty awesome game, honestly. Really in a lot of ways. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay. Alright, and this one... Okay. Huzzah! Whoop-ow! Down, doggy. Yeah, that Pen and Pixels was... That ended up going real well. We had like 8,000 people in chat. It was a pretty crazy number. It was great. Dan's Gaming rated in GOG, and it was pretty great. Plus, I liked the game. It was good. I know, it is a lot of hitting it all the time. Yeah, that's cool. That's no problem, Echo. It was pretty awesome, though. Okay. So that was good. It went pretty well. Lomps. Oh, hey, 2 Lomps per tincture. I got back that elixir that I just sold. That is what I'm talking about. And I don't need that mace because I don't use maces, but be good to sell if I ever get to another merchant. Although victorious, you are left bloodied and drained. The Vordak residue is now searing the floor of the chamber behind you. As I realize that I can't keep reading that because I need to make sure that I have what I need. Let's have one of those mushrooms. Okay. Put me back up to close to full. Okay, this is going to go here. Let's see. I like these 2 tinctures. Pretty good. Okay. The Vordak residue is now searing the floor of the chamber behind you, its heart gem burning angrily as their visceral ooze eats through cracks in the cold stone floor. As unstable as this tower already is, the damage that its acidic residue is doing to the supporting beams of the floor is sure to make matters much worse. It is time to move on, and swiftly. By going higher in the tower, where you're going to be in even worse shape. You exit the chamber and pass by a seemingly endless line of cells that were used by the Vordaks. They are barely big enough for the chairs, study desks, and tall bookcases that are crammed inside each one. Whatever foul tomes you might find in these cells, you are determined not to touch them. During your search for the stairs to the next level, you come upon a Vordak cell with a closed door and something you have not yet encountered on this floor, a dead Drakarim soldier. When you approach the closed door and the corpse lying close by, a familiar-sounding hum and a gentle vibration captures your attention. Your Chianti cube is glowing. It is reacting to something in near proximity. Whatever it is that lies behind the closed door is causing this reaction. It must be significant, for the Drakar appears to have given up his life while attempting to enter the cell. Okay. You are mindful that there could still be more enemies occupying this level, and yet your cube has been an infallible guide so far. You sense that a secret of the Chianti lies beyond the door, and you have a burning need to know exactly what it is. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously. Going to sixth sense it? Okay, as you absorb the corpse of the Drakar, you rely on your sixth sense to understand what happened. Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry, give me a moment. Just 1 second here. Okay, let's see. Right, sorry about that. Okay, so, sixth sense. Tell me what happened. As you get close to the dead Drakar, your psychic senses flash a warning through your mind. You begin to choke, and a terrible burning sensation bites at the back of your throat. Uh-oh. You fear that you are starting to suffocate. The rising sense of panic passes swiftly when you realize that you are not dying. You are experiencing what the dead Drakar felt in the last moments before he expired. You have dealt with poisons enough to know what it feels like to succumb to them. Checking to be sure, you find a clear, oily substance smeared on the lock plate and soaked into the fingertips of the dead Drakar's right hand. Yeesh. Trying to open the door without first dealing with this toxin would have ended your mission abruptly. Using a scrap torn from the Drakar's ragged tabard, you spit on the cloth and wipe the lock as clean as you can. You may not have removed every last trace, but you have cleared enough to be sure that it is now safe to proceed. Damn. Alright. So now that we did that, we are going to lockpick. That was a little freaky. Yeah, so Jim, in answer to your earlier question, this is a game that's largely a game book, but there are a lot of these action sequences, like the combat you saw and this one. Yeah, and there's... The art is really the strength of this game, I think. It's also a decent story, too, actually. Ah. Okay, well, let's try that next. What? Really? God damn it. Oh, you son of a bitch. I thought I had that. Okay, that's not too bad. I only lost 2 lockpicks. Man. The door swings open to reveal a small cell that is like the others you have found on this floor. The only difference here is a glowing rune-embellished Chianti shrine that sits against one wall. This ancient, ornate, portable shrine is one notable feature you've seen often enough to be able to recognize instantly. I don't love this Chianti unlock sequences because they don't always seem to be as clear as they ought to be. Let's see. The reliquary shrine has a Chianti lock embedded in its carved stone surface, similar to the kind you have opened before with your enchanted cube. Releasing this lock will not be an easy task, but at least you know it can be done. This room must have belonged to a very powerful Vordak sorcerer indeed if it was able to claim this Chianti artifact for itself. Anything valuable enough to tempt a Vordak to challenge Abysmal's authority is surely something you must deny to the Dark Lords. The shrine is portable, but it is far too big and heavy for you to carry with ease. You will need to solve its lock puzzle, open its hidden compartment, and take whatever you find inside as far away from here as possible. Alright. So I usually use the my sixth sense to be able to help with this. This cube basically is designed to open in multiple paths, and you open it and then can fit it into the lock. But the thing is that when it starts being opened, a timer starts counting down and it'll eventually blow up if you don't insert it into the lock. And so it's a little weird, as you'll see. So that goes out left. Really wish it wouldn't do that. This is what I mean. I must be doing this wrong. This is not... I don't... Do not want. I don't like these puzzles. I just... For one thing, I hate the fact that I use Sixth Sense, then it's like, it does it, it's like, now let me flip it around. I'm like, why are you flipping it? Why are you flipping it? Okay. Okay, so that goes this way. Oh, God, that's not right. I think that's right. But maybe not. Oh. Wait, isn't that right? Isn't it the same thing? I don't... What? I don't... This is not right. It's gonna blow up again. I don't understand. I don't get it. Thanks, look at the it's big help, yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me... Okay, so... Square left, up, out. Up. I wish it wouldn't flip that. Square left, up, and out. Why are you flipping that? I swear to God, I'm just losing my mind. Left, up, and over. Okay. Left, up, This goes over. Okay. I think that's right. There it is. Oh my god. What's up, Dragon? How you doing, man? Okay. The shrine is portable, but it is far too big and heavy for... Oh, I did that already. Last few turns of the cube fall into place, and the lock... You're tired? Oh, yeah? Last few turns of the cube fall into place, and the lock unfolds before you. Stepping back in case the compartment should contain another trap, you hold your breath and wait for it to complete its opening sequence. The first thing you realize is that shrine does not harbor any priceless treasures or powerful magical artifacts. All you find is a small notebook written in the ugly script of the Black Tongue. Just as the words of this foul language are painful to the ear when spoken aloud, they are also equally painful to the eyes when read. Even so, you need answers, and this book was valuable enough that its Vordak owner protected it with a poisoned lock and ancient Chianti sorcery. Taking great care not to touch it with your bare hands, you extract the tome from the shrine. Several pages of the book are filled with diagrams and notations too small for you to make out easily. The images are mostly of mechanisms and gears, the kind of sketches that you have seen before. These have been rendered with an imprecise hand, likely the work of someone or something that was hurriedly copying someone else's diagrams. Only one section near the end of the book contains any readable text, and you scan the words with trepidation. Oh, really, Dragon? Oh my god. Did you manage to get it locked down? Things have been progressing much faster now that we have the female human aiding our efforts. Examining the device was a slow and costly process, but our explanations have greatly reduced the number of slaves we have lost to experimentation. You can hardly believe your eyes, but even as you read the passage again from the start, its meaning does not change. You would hope to find Leandra still alive, but if what you've read is true, it seems that she may now be in league with the enemy. Is she working for them willingly, or is she being forced to cooperate against her will? Neither of these options is favorable, but no other explanations come readily to mind. You lift your eyes from the page and stare dejectedly at the far wall. However, the pressing need to know the answer to your questions prompts you to read on. The mechanism we captured has provided us with a great insight into how the accused Chianti channeled their power and how that power can be married to mechanical invention. The human has a gift, one she thinks makes her superior to us. I detest her arrogance, but I must admit that her work has greatly increased the worth of the prize we shall offer to Lord Haken. I bet this is all bogus and that she's doing something to set them up. I don't believe that she's actually gone dirty. I hope not, anyway. That would suck if the case. Let's see. It channels great power, and it may become a magnificent conduit for energies devoid of limitation. Though I would relish the chance to slaughter the girl myself, the Drakkar stays my hand. Gunzar has decreed that the fate of the human must be determined by Lord Haken and no other. His greatness will surely take her and the device to Helgadad, and give free rein to his Nod Zeranim to experiment on both. It is pleasing to envision her suffering at their hands. Your blood runs cold. Whether she's been complicit or not, they mean to take Leandra away to the very heart of the Darklands. Well, damn it. That's not awesome at all. That's not what I want to hear. Your blood runs... Oh, I said that already. Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay. Let's see. Gunzar has commanded me to chronicle all our work and to include the girl's written insights along with diagrams of what we have constructed thus far. But I know his real purpose. He wants these things to further his own ambitions. He seeks to offer to his greatness what we have accomplished and claim it to be his, thus robbing me of all my due recognition and rewards. I will not allow this to pass. I shall conceal this notebook where neither the warlord nor his feeble-brained servants can reach it. And when Lord Haken arrives in Vitag, I will present it to him myself, and Gunzar shall be made to kneel and cower before me. I shall not be denied my glory. Ah, got some trouble in paradise, huh? Little bit of infighting going on? You close the book and tuck it away for safekeeping. Your head reels with unanswered questions. What kind of abominable machine has the prototype now become? How long will it be before Dark Lord Haken arrives in Vitag? Where is Leandra? And perhaps the most pressing question of them all, has Leandra willingly joined with the enemy and become a traitor to Sommerland? That's a pretty pressing question, I would agree. Great. Drock room quarters. How are we doing on this? Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so I need to see if I have any... I have a lot of this Kai power, but I don't want to use it here. I don't think I'm going to use this Kai power here. This is the first time I've actually been going into a fight not maximum, so... So, I think I'm good. Okay. Let's head to the Drakarim quarters. Oh, god damn it. Whoa. That's not a fight. You are barely 10 paces out of the Vordak cell when a menacing voice is heard in the hallway ahead. The Gaiac language it speaks is rough and heavily accented with the unmistakable tone of a Drakkar. Damn you to the lake of blood, soldier. Gunzar wants that fool's notes. What is taking you so long? The Drakkar who spoke these words comes around a corner at a run and nearly collides with you. He is startled by the surprise encounter, but he recovers in an instant. You draw your weapon, hoping that the prospect of fighting you alone will shatter this soldier's nerve. Unfortunately, the remainder of his patrol appears directly behind him. Several black iron blades clear their scabbards, and you are plunged into a sudden and bitter combat. Okay. So I am having to fight this dude. Ow. Okay. This is a bad time not to have the Kai power that I needed. Let's see. Well... Okay. Oh, come on! Are you serious? Alright, well that makes this decision easy. That's really annoying. Jerk. Nice. See ya. What? Dude, really? Jerk. Finally. Okay, so the endurance is crazy low now, but, okay. That's alright, though. Tainted Bolts, Superior Knife Scabbard. Alright, that's one I'm going to be using in just a minute. Tunnel Sweeper, and Fryland Pie. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. Alright, that's going to get sold. I already have a better scabbard than that. That is going to be useful, but not at the moment. Let's see. You know what? This is a good time to use this then. Still need another mushroom here. There we go. Okay. Cake. For sure, cake. Alright. That should be pretty good, yeah. Stepping over the bodies of your fallen foes, you spare the drying Dracarim further consideration. Your mind is elsewhere, preoccupied still by the shocking news of Leandra and what she may have done here in Vitag. You knew she was headstrong, driven by her constant need to invent, but could her hubris really have pushed her aside with the forces of Helgadad? It's so obvious that she didn't do that. You resolve not to rush to judgment. Exactly. You've only the written word of a scheming Vordak to show for her actions and motivations. The only one who can determine Leandra's guilt or innocence is Leandra herself. Your need to find her is more pressing than ever. You must find and free her as soon as possible. With steely determination, you press on without further delay. What you see fills you with determination. The stairs to this part of Vitag have been kept impeccably clean, and a barricade of black iron has been fixed in place to secure the area from intruders. If an alarm has been raised to warn its denizens of your escape, this barrier will prove to be a difficult obstacle to overcome. As it is, the troops who normally guard this Heldenak, Black Shield, are most likely the ones you defeated in the corridor that led away from the Vordak cell on the floor below. What? I thought I killed those guys, not just defeated them. With the Heldenak seemingly abandoned by its guards, you slip with ease around the metal plate barrier and ascend to the 4th level of Vitag above. Following your encounter, you suspect that this level may be occupied by many Dracarim. The heavy furnishings, weapon racks, and lingering smell of furs and leather armor serve to confirm your suspicions. This floor of the Dark Tower has been allocated for the use of Dracarim Elite, its officers and the best of its troops. Fortunately, the guard post located near to the first few rooms you come across have been abandoned. You discover why this is so when you hear the mumbling of low voices echoing somewhere in the distance. Cautiously, you advance towards a large hall where you see more than a dozen armored men, their faces hidden within skull-like helmets of black iron. They are gathered together to listen to the words of their fully armored commander, who is addressing them from a platform constructed of crates that have been set against the wall. The commanding officer pounds his fist on the wall as he speaks. His booming voice is filled with anger and frustration. Too many patrols have gone missing. The halls of the lower tower have been silent for too long. This could only mean one thing. The assembled Dracarim murmur uneasily among themselves. Your name is spoken with dread several times before their commander silences their fear-filled chattering. He has escaped. He's on the loose, and he's picking us off a few at the time. The promises of the Vordaks have proven to be empty and worthless. Their magic has not suppressed him, and now he is running rampant through our fortress. That's true. The gathering grumbles with bitter discontentment. We must stop him before he goes any further. This floor is where he shall meet his doom. Gather the others. We must put an end to this Kai whelp once and for all. Lone Wolf must die. We'll see about that. Several of the Dracarim draw their weapons and cheer loudly, roused by their commander's chilling words. Their battle fervor spreads like wildfire until the whole chamber is howling for your blood, with swords and axes raised high. Until I can lay the Kai's corpse at our master's feet, the commander shouts above their raucous battle cries. Everything we have seized from Rockstarn, all our trophies of conquest, shall remain securely under lock and key. His words serve to sober the bloodlust that is sweeping the chamber. Clearly they will not share in the spoils of Rockstarn until you have been overcome. You will not receive your share of the loot until the floors of Vitag run red with his psalm-lending blood. This chamber is filled with angry Dracarim, and all of them want to see you dead more than ever before. They pose a daunting threat, but they are not beyond all possibility of being defeated. In the cramped corridors of the fortress, their heavy armor severely impedes their movement. Will you face them here, or will you try to evade them in the hope of escaping from this, what's up, Ghost of Christmas Future, level before they realize that you were here among them? The time has come for you to decide. I'd like to freaking escape if I can, if they'll let me. I'm gonna go for stealth. Most of the tower's Dracarim are surely gathered in this chamber. Their combat leader and the best of their kind are here, while the remainder of the force is lightly scattered in smaller groups throughout Vitag. Avoiding this hall and moving on quickly could be the surest way for you to survive this level of Vitag unharmed. You step out of the chamber and leave the Dracarim commander to continue his bombastic speech as you hurry away. Slipping silently through a seemingly endless procession of halls and corridors, cautiously you make your way ever deeper into the bowels of this level. All the while you maintain a constant search for signs of a stairwell that will take you to the floor above as you press ever onwards. At length you arrive at a wide chamber that appears to connect the corridors you've explored to the rest of this level. To one side, standing guard before a formidable iron-braced door, you see a most unwelcome sight. A Gorgaz bars your way. Even if you were able to sneak past the creature unseen, you feel sure that your blood-soaked tunic will arouse its keen sense of smell and it will surely detect your presence here. For now, the Gorgaz is unaware that you are close by. The time is ripe for you to choose how best to confront the beast. Stab it in the back. Animal kinship. Attract the Gorgaz's attention. No, I like this. Rely on the discipline of animal kinship to find an ally for this fight. Hell yes. As you look all around for alternative courses of action, you are sorely aware that with every passing second, the Gorgaz becomes ever more likely to detect you. Then you glimpse a shadow moving swiftly beyond a window set into the wall high above the savage sentry. Concentrating hard, you see what is casting the shadow. It is a gigantic owl. What's up, owl? And it's circling around the upper reaches of the hall. Giant owls are powerful nocturnal hunters that stalk the Derncrag Mountains searching for prey. For centuries, they've been the willing allies of psalm-lending border rangers who kept a vigilant watch upon enemy outposts like Vitag. Okay. This night, perhaps this giant owl will deign to be your ally. You make mental contact with the noble creature and inform it silently of your dire predicament. You are pleasantly surprised to sense that readily it agrees to aid you. The giant owl has been circling Vitag for many months. It is not a prisoner of the tower. It came here of its own accord looking to avenge the killing of its beloved mate. Hell yeah, revenge! Revenge for the owl! The Gyaks of Vitag shot her down in a blizzard of black arrows and then fed her body to the loathsome Doom Wolves. The giant owl is willing and eager to help you in any way it can. Nice! That's because the owl, everybody, the owl gives a hoot. It's not looking to just feather its nest. It's a bird of a different feather. All of a sudden, the proud predator makes its way through the window and soars into the chamber. With impressive speed, it swoops down and attacks the Gorgaz, cawing loudly with a mad and bitter rage. Cawing? When does an owl caw? You approach the Gorgaz while it struggles to fend off the giant owl's manic attack, but the battling creatures are tangled and locked together in a deathly embrace. You are forced to leap away when the Gorgaz stuns the giant owl with a hefty blow of its mighty tail. It wraps its huge arms around the injured bird and squeezes it tightly. The giant owl dies in the grip of the Gorgaz. I know exactly, Arndell. But its sacrifice will not be in vain. When it turns to you, "Owl bro!" the Gorgaz is bleeding profusely. The odds have swung in your favor. In the distance, you can already hear reinforcements rushing towards the chamber. You must let out your righteous fury and seize the opportunity to strike now before it is too late. Caw-caw! Poor owl. Boy, he sure is bleeding profusely. Finally get to go first. Jerk. Okay. Good. Okay. Oh, I didn't need all those. Have a seat, Gorgaz. Nice. It's what you deserve. Okay. Ah, good. I got another Lomsper tincture. I don't care about this or this, but the Fryland pie is pretty good. Okay. As the last of your foes fall before your deadly blows, you realize that you need to get some endurance. And so... okay, we're going to do that. And that. Put that up there. I'm really glad I got these mushrooms. I needed these for endurance. Jerk. You think I need to be a little bit stronger, King Jin? As the last of your foes falls before your deadly blows, I'm a poet and didn't know it, your attention swings back to the reinforced door that the Gorgaz was guarding. Swiftly you clear the hall, but the threat that other troops are on the way fills you with a nagging doubt. Should you stop to examine the door, or should you press on and leave the hall before others come to investigate the sounds of the recent battle? I gotta check it out. Comes as no surprise to discover that the door is firmly locked. Having decided to stop to examine it, you're tempted to try and open this mysterious portal. Deft lock-picking, a stout blow in the right place, or simply the use of brute strength. These are the options that are now open to you. Yeah, I guess I'll try. Let's see. All right. I don't like the idea of it having to be a fast lockpick. That is troubling to me. Lockpicking is not, by definition, fast. It just isn't. Okay, I've got to go faster here because I don't know. I'm concerned. Damn it. Okay, but that's definitely on that side, though. Nice. Little sloppy, but it was fast, which is what we needed to have happen. You work your picks as quickly and as skillfully as you can. With a great sense of relief, the lock pops open in less than a minute. With little hesitation, you push open the heavy door and step into the room beyond. You soon realize that this is the storage chamber referred to by the Drakarim commander in the Grand Meeting Hall. Here you discover several wooden crates that contain valuables looted from Rockstarn. The stolen treasures that fill this room have been acquired at the cost of many innocent Somlending lives. You console yourself with the thought that their murders have, for now, at least in part, been avenged. It is a cold comfort, but it serves to temper the anger you feel at their needless loss. You are about to leave the loot of Rockstarn and press on when something lying among the crates catches your eye. Oh. Great. Crossbows. And I don't use any of those. God damn it. That's great. Lovely. Awesome. I'm really excited that I get to have a crossbow that I don't actually use. You are leaving the storage room with your new prize when a darkly familiar voice catches you by surprise. Along the corridor you traveled in order to reach the chamber, you hear the gruff voice of a Drakarim commander. He is accompanied by several troops. Doc Nard, Doc, Gudrak Doc. There he is. Get him. Tear him apart. I'm just here. Eager troops flood past him on both sides, hungry to carry out his murderous command. It is too late to evade them or seek cover from this ravening horde. You must stand and fight them to the death. Ah, damn it. Oh, great. Low endurance again. Okay. Alright. What I love about this is that it sets all of them on fire. which is really useful for the record. Okay, let's see. All right, let's do the 3. Let's rid of that guy. All right, let's see. Okay. It's for that dude. Okay, now I want to heal. Okay, and let's see. That takes care of this dude. I assume there's more coming. Oh, that's it? Really? I mean, not that I'm complaining, but like... Wow. 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 Okay, I don't... The way that's... Didn't that sound to you guys like I was going to be fighting waves and waves of those dudes, and all of a sudden they're just like, oh, yep, well, you know, that's it. Like, okay. Yeah, that was not a big deal. I mean... I fought it pretty well, or whatever, but, like, that just, I don't... That was very underwhelming. Again, not complaining. It's got to be, it's close to the end, yes, Dragon. And we're definitely finishing it up today, but... Forcing your way to the level of the tower has been far from easy, but you've come a long way, and now you feel certain that the stairs to the level above cannot be too far. You press on along a dark passageway until an unexpected pressure descends upon you. Your limbs feel heavy and your eyes begin to close of their own accord. Oh, damn it. Every step you take is becoming much harder than the one which precedes it. You manage only 5 more steps before you collapse in an unconscious heap on the cold stone floor. After what feels like an eternity of darkness, your surroundings drift back into focus, and you find yourself in the familiar setting of your monastery. Again, there is no comfort to be had from the ashes, no solace to be found in its thick granite walls. This is the forsaken place that dominated your nightmare before. The sound of footsteps echo in your ears, then from out of the shadows emerge 3 sinister silhouettes. 2 walk towards you from your left side, and the third approaches you from behind. These beings are known to you. They are the dark dreamings of yourself that have no faces, and yet they possess hauntingly familiar voices. They draw closer and begin walking in a circle around you, each shadowy duplicate uttering chilling words with a somber and menacing tone. All this suffering, all this loss, whose fault is it? Says the first one. The second continues where the first leaves off. Is it Vanatar's fault? Or is it the fault of the Brotherhood of the Crystal Star for not stopping Vanatar before he betrayed you all? Perhaps, suggests the third shade as it comes into clearer view, the fault lies at the feet of your masters for not being strong enough to prevail. Oh, snap. Abruptly, the fingers cease walking and form up in a line before you. Flickering shadows swirl all around as if the monastery were still ablaze with a fire that you cannot see or hear or feel. No, they utter the word in unison. This is your fault. It has always been your fault. The silhouettes mingle and merge into a whirling black cloud, and you are knocked backwards by a sudden burst of energy. The cloud condenses into a solitary and lightless figure. In dreadful harmony, 3 voices cry out. One is filled with rage, one with guilt, and the third is totally devoid of all trace of hope. For oblivion and the void! Alright. So I'm battling 3 of me, apparently. Last time when I hurt them, I was hurting myself, which was difficult. Come on, come on, come on. Whoa, what? Oh, great. This is great. Okay, it gets rid of the snares. Alright. Wait, no. That's what I need. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I drink this. See, I'm staying slightly ahead of him in terms of the damage that he can do. Okay. Got him. That guy was a lot harder the first time. Kind of a weird fight, because you do damage yourself, but not as much as your attacks damage them. So, it's kind of a strange fight. Okay. Defeating the darkness only gives rise to more darkness, except you're going to heal yourself first, because that's what's going to happen. This is a perfect time for this, actually. Completely restores everything. And Red Sox just hit a home run to tie the game! Yes, yes, sorry. Sorry, Jackie Bradley Jr. with the home run to tie the game. Yes, sorry. As I've explained, if I'm going to stream on a day where my team is playing the World Series, I got to be able to have some, you know, a little bit. I have to have it on the phone in the background. So I am very excited. That is super awesome. I am also very excited that I saved that chicken leg. I saved it for a while. Okay, here we go. So, defeating the darkness only gives rise to more darkness. There is no way of telling how long you remain unconscious, but when finally you do stir from your sepulchral slumber, the thin window high above is lightless still. The night sky lies beyond. For however long it was that you were unconscious, it is clear that the sun has not yet risen. It is a blessing that you were not discovered while you lay helpless on the floor. Slowly you get to your feet, trembling and a little groggy from your ordeal. A worrisome thought enters your mind. Have you finally overcome the amulet's power? Exactly. Or will it be able to lay you low again when you least expect it? For now there is no sure way of knowing. The need to press on fills you with determination. No, a renewed sense of urgency. Gunzar, Leandra, and the climax of your vital quest cannot be too far off now. Okay, so this is beginning the final chapter. So now it tells you what it is that I chose, and that determines what happened. So a lot of intelligence checks. So usually I get a bunch of intelligence and dexterity. Yeah, it's been the same way each time. 2 intelligence, 1 dexterity. So my Kai and my endurance increase. And there we go. Good stuff. Dawn over Vitag. Chapter 3. Finally, you have reached the 5th floor of Vitag without encountering any further resistance. But all is not well. You feel feverish and your skin is chilled. At the corners of your vision, shadows dance with a will of their own. Colors bleed into each other. When you focus hard, you can banish these apparitions, but the moment your concentration slips, then the world about you swirls and twists anew. The insidious effects of Gunzar's Chianti amulet linger on. Now, in addition to the foes you may yet have to face, you must struggle to keep control of your distorted perceptions. You draw a crumb of comfort from the knowledge that the force of the amulet's magic would have slain a lesser mortal. What is real? What is illusion? Is this real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Any way the wind blows, chat. In this terrible place, perched on the edge of the Darklands, is there any difference? Steeling yourself, you find the strength to proceed. You are approaching the top of this dread fortress, and your perilous journey is coming to its climax. Ahead, you see a polished stone corridor that leads off to the west and to the east. Arched windows are letting in the thin radiance of waning starlight. Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody? Yeah. Somewhere in the far distance, you can hear desperate Drakarim voices. You cannot make out every word spoken, but 2 sentences pierce the din of the echoes clearly enough. Dej Tanoz! The east quarter is safe. Shadim guz okakadir eg tozag dez. Soldiers, arm yourselves and go to the west quarter. No enemy troops appear to be heading in your direction, but the waning night sky serves to remind you that time is fast running out. The eastern horizon is becoming brighter with every passing minute. The darkness of light is surrendering to the approach of early dawn. If Dark Lord Haken is arriving in Vitag at sunrise, you must press on as quickly as you can. Now you must decide how best to tackle the Drakarim blockade. Will you head east when they believe things have been secured, or will you turn to the west and confront the troops who have been ordered to go there? Oh, jeez. East or west? And Beelzebub is the devil set aside for me. I think I'm going to go east. This is what I did last time, and it actually worked out pretty well for me. Yes, so I'll write my story from here. Your whole body aches with the fatigue of combat. If going towards the east will result in fewer encounters with the enemy, then so be it. The wide corridor twists and turns around several blind corners, I think. Is it blind corners? Yeah, several blind corners, before you find yourself standing before a large wooden door. This sturdy portal is banded with strips of hammered steel at the top and bottom. It is a daunting obstacle, one that will prove difficult to overcome by brute force alone. You twist the heavy iron handle and give the door a solid push. It moves, but only fractionally. It feels as if this portal is firmly braced shut by something heavy that has been propped against it on the other side. What you overheard earlier could well be true. This quarter of Vitag appears to have been made secure from intrusion. Make your choice. Okay, we can try to well-placed blows. Look for an alternate route. Let's go with that. Although the door is firmly wedged shut and no amount of physical force is going to open it, all may not yet be lost. The corridor has several large windows. The sight of the imminent dawn is alarming, but the windows themselves give birth to a bold idea. And that idea is that I really need endurance. That's what that idea is. Just to be clear. Lovely. That's what that idea was. East Coast for life, exactly, yeah. In this case, that is definitely true. Okay. You move to the closest window. Outside, there is a narrow stone ledge, and far below, you can see the jagged, rocky base of the tower shrouded in flickering shadow. A fierce electrical storm is raging, and blue-white lightning bolts, maybe? Strike the crude iron plates that sheathe the tower's outer wall. The ledge proceeds around the outside of the tower wall towards another window less than 20 feet distant. From its position, you deduce that this second window must be set into the wall of a chamber or corridor located beyond the secured door. There is also another window directly above this one which may provide you with access to the level above. Boldly, you step out onto the snow-caked ledge and begin a climb of the outer wall towards the ledge of the window in the level above. It's Assassin's Creed. We need that thing from the trailer. You're walking straight at time, you're walking ahead. You have easily conquered more difficult climbs during your initial years of training, but the ferocious storm makes this task especially perilous. One bolt of lightning strikes the tower near you, causing you to lose your grip. Oh god. You swing alarmingly from your tenuous handhold, desperately looking for a way to save yourself. Then you spot a crack in the stone facing and you cling onto it with your left hand. The crack is painfully narrow and its location throws you off balance. Your fingers ache viciously under the tremendous pressure, but despite the pain, finally you regain your composure and recommence the difficult climb. Yeah, I mean, that's what it should be, Brockgod, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, bolts, yeah, that's true, When finally you reach the upper ledge and haul yourself onto it, You waste no time climbing through the window, thankful to be out of the icy wind and safe from the terrifying lightning bolts. You jump down, but upon the instant that your feet hit the hard stone floor, you're set upon by enemies that have been watching and waiting for you to appear. You are ambushed. Well, god damn it. Well, god damn it. Drakarim and Doomwolves. Damn it. Shoot. Nice. That was effective. Okay. Come on, man. Okay. Oh, come on, man. Good. Oh, he's dead already. Thanks to that fire, man. Let me stand next to your fire. This is dangerous, because... Good. Oh, I may be out of daggers. Yep. What? Okay, let's see. Okay, Wolf Bro. Finish this dude off. Finish him off. Nice. Hey, survived the ambush. Nice. Those guys, that hemorrhage that they do to you, is pretty nasty. I am not a fan of fighting those dudes when they get the hemorrhage off. Achievement unlocked. Doomwolf Tamer. Must have beaten a bunch of those guys. Thank you, Dragon. Alright, Steel, Superior Kai Satchel, Explosive Bolts, and Bronin. Let's see. Let's take all. Okay, I need to check and see that because I think... Superior Kai Satchel. Yeah. Awesome. That's better than what I had. Well, actually, I guess it's all Superior Kai Satchel. Doesn't really matter. I'll just put it in there. We're going to put the Bronin in here. That leads me... So I'm now out of daggers. That's the only problem with this. I am out of daggers, and I can't... I'm not going to go all the way back just to get daggers. So, that's the unfortunate part. I could use everything. Alright, well, this is a good time then for... My friend Frylund Pie. Okay, I still need more Kai power, but I do have bread for that. Okay, and I still need more endurance, because I always need more endurance in this game. Even though I've, like, maxed out endurance, and I've done, like, tons of other endurance kind of things. Okay. Alright, that's pretty good, I would say. Oh, I have, like... Okay, wow. I didn't realize... Okay, I'm going to use another one of these tinctures. I didn't realize that I had 7 of those. If I have 7, I'm going to basically max that out, because I didn't realize I had that many. That's cool. I am happy to have 7. 2250, 1250, 850. Yeah, that's still better. I like having 3 of these as opposed to 1, but this just does more. And there's a cooldown on it when I use it, so I might as well keep this. Okay. Combat was hard won, but you take comfort from the thought that it was likely easier than what you would undoubtedly have encountered had you attempted to proceed by way of the West Quarter. Hell yeah. Now that you've slain your ambushers, you take a few moments to recover your strength and make a thorough check of your weapons and equipment. As you do so, you allow yourself a wry smile. You're about to reach the tower's 6th floor. I wonder why wry, like... Well, 6th floor. Laboratory of Pain. That sounds terrifying. Yep, I'll write my story from there. Please tell me there's a merchant in the Laboratory of Pain. For me, I mean. Carefully you cross the room. You've just reached the 6th floor, and though nothing seems to be much different from the previous levels, you have no idea what to expect here. Every step takes you deeper into the unknown. Just as you approach the closed door, a vibration from your backpack startles you. Your cube is humming again, reacting to something possessed of Chianti power close by. Oh, god damn it. I'm so sick of the Chianti things, the Chianti locks. Enough. Finding it proves to be quite easy. Stashed beside the door, covered by a square of old burlap, you discover another reliquary shrine. I hope there's like 10 daggers in here at least. Its surface is engraved with glowing glyphs and it has a concealed lock. Opening this lock is something you feel confident you can do. I'm glad someone feels confident. But previous experience tells you that it's unlikely to be a quick endeavor. You will have to choose whether or not to spend the precious time you need to complete this task. The sun will be rising very soon. Decide quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to open it. The Merchant Laboratory of Pain sounds like a Shakespeare play. Yeah, hopefully this is the last one of these. Crap. What was that again? I hope that's right. This is not right. Try again. Okay. Right, God, that's funny. Okay, now. Do me a favor, guys, and just help look at this for me. Okay, left. Shit. Left. Okay, so out, out, up. Out, out, up. Out, out, up. Out, out, up. Out. Out. Up. Thank goodness. Can't even imagine trying to do that without the freaking Sixth Sense. Man. With a few skillful twists and turns, you maneuver the cube's facets into position and use it to open the cunningly enchanted lock. The reliquary's compartment slides silently open and reveals something of value resting inside. 700 daggers? With dawn fast approaching, you claim your prize and move on. Jaden Pendant. Ooh, +5 intelligence, +4 strength, 2% critical. And an elixir of Alether. And an elixir of Adgana. What is that? Increases strength by 35 for 10 seconds. Cures bleeding and hemorrhage. Ooh. That is the thing that I was talking about that is dangerous. That bleeding and hemorrhage that the wolves do. Damn, I would rather have that, I think, than this. Okay, what have I got for this right now? +4, +3, +1, +5, +4, +1. It's better. Okay, nice. Lovely. Shadows and distraction battle for your attention, making it hard for you to maintain your focus. You collapse against the wall, your thoughts wandering as to the reasons you were here. What? Your thoughts wandering? Come on, Lone Wolf. You concentrate as hard as you can in an effort to clear them from your mind. You consider Warlord Gunzar. This would-be Drakarim Marshal has already violated Somlending territory and laid waste to a village under your protection, slaughtering many of your people in the process. There is much blood on his hands, blood that you, as Friar of the province, are honor-bound to avenge. Though he is clearly smarter and more ambitious than any Drakkar you have known, you must deal with him as you have dealt with all the others of his kind. You will find him, confront him, and put an end to his life once and for all. You vow to God Kai that justice will be done. All of your resolve disappears in an instant. What? When your mind's eye moves beyond the cruel face of Gunzar and settles on the softer features of Leandra, your sense of righteous purpose fades away and a tide of confusion floods into your mind. What has she done? What is she doing now? If she is thrown in her lot with the forces of Helgadad, Leandra has left you with very few choices. They're really riding this idea quite a bit, honestly. Like, quite a bit. You dare not believe that Leandra is capable of siding with Nar and the Dark Lords, but with a twist in your gut, you have to admit that you've been caught out and betrayed before. You trusted her, but you cannot ignore the possibility that she has abused that trust and turned against you. Marshalling your strong will, you force yourself to banish the doubts and dizziness. Whatever the truth may be, you can only face it with a steadfast faith in your own convictions. You have to keep going. You must not torture yourself with what you do not know to be certain. For good or ill, all shall be revealed soon enough. It does not take long for you to realize why your mind is so clouded. You are in the presence of a powerful psyche. A malevolent intelligence is nearby, an entity with potent mental abilities that are shrouded by an aura of anguish. After regaining your focus, you find a passage leading deeper into this new level of the Dark Tower. These rooms are not like the chambers of the Drakarim. In place of martial trappings, this chamber feels cold and arcane, more so than the sorcerer's halls you encountered below. Keeping your wits about you and your weapon to hand, you approach the largest of these rooms with caution. What you find confirms your fears. A Vordak has been experimenting and performing dark rituals here, and patiently it has been waiting for you to arrive. "Welcome, Kai Lord," the robed abomination before you speaks. It's withered, and almost fleshless lips move with each word, but its voice seems to echo in your mind rather than your ears. Before it can speak again, the Vordak is interrupted by the sound of fists pounding against a nearby door. A cruel smile plays across its corpse-like visage as it listens for a moment before waving one skeletal hand dismissively. "My work on the Zirantaz has been most intriguing," it says, its voice crackling with contempt. "And Lord Hakon himself is about to approach the worth of my findings. It'll be one huge leap towards our final victory. But first I shall deal with you, Kai Lord." "Damn you, you abomination!" comes Leandra's rough and trembling voice from beyond the locked door. She is here, but why? Is she the prisoner of this fiend, or an accomplice it no longer requires? You will pay for this!" she shouts hoarsely. You cannot tell if Leandra is also feeling the Vordak's thoughts in her own mind. With disdain, the Vordak ignores her threats, and it gives you a mocking bow. It raises its skeletal hands and they glow with dark power. "The whelp can wait. I choose to crush the life out of you first, Lone Wolf." It's going to come back to bite him. With sweeps of its hooked and bony hands, the Vordak clears a path towards you. Tables go flying across the room and furnishings shatter as they are hurled against the walls. Little Darth Vader moment here. "You will both die, and Lord Hakon shall gladly reward me for your annihilation." Okay, what do we got here? Make your choice. Let out your rage, rush for the Vordak, don't master this discipline. You strive to dominate your feelings and keep calm in the face of the enemy. I think that is what we are looking for. As Matt Barnes just did, as he dominated the enemy Manny Machado. That's what I'm talking about, Matt Barnes. The Vordak's powerful mind is eroding your powers of control, breaking down the forces you have worked so hard to regain and maintain. Although it costs you the initiative and allows the undead terror to strike you once with its war mace, calming your mind puts you in a better position to roll with the blow and launch a counterattack. The Vordak is able to defend itself by diverting your attack, but in so doing, it is forced to give ground. Now it retreats beyond your reach and emits a scathing mental command. Words of the Black Tongue burn your mind and keep you from advancing. A door flies open and several squat gray figures come surging into the room. Slaves, destroy this fool, the Vordak commands them without uttering a spoken sound. Driven to action by the Vordak's psychic command, the Gyaks turn in your direction and come rushing towards you. You must fight them in their maniacal master to the finish. Damn, I haven't seen Gyaks for a while. I bet these are the poison types. These the poison types? Oh no, it's all three of them. And as usual, I'm starting with no endurance. Damn it. Damn it! Okay. Alright, and let's see. Alright, let's see. God damn it! I missed that the last two times, and I'm usually very, very consistent on that one, so that's a little bit frustrating. Didn't miss that one. See, this is where having the knife would be helpful. This is dangerous. Worked, though. That guy dies because of the fire. That guy dies because of the fire. This is why that's so useful that I built up that Sommerswear ability earlier on. Because it really makes a big difference. Okay. I need this back. There you go, Vordak Dark Lord. Oh. More Gyaks. Okay. What's up, bros? I need to deal with that guy first. Shoot. Ow. Okay, let's see. Actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. I want to do this. Thank you, dragon. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Nice, dead. How about Mind Blast? Zap! What the five finger say to the face? What's up, Big Mikey Ocho? Yep. The power of Lone Wolf compels you. Absolutely. Oh, man. 81. See ya. What? What do you mean I can't see you? Okay. That's what I'm talking about. You still have the books. So do I. I have a lot. I have some of the books too. I've actually played some of them, Mikey, on here as well, just the separate books. So, okay, I need that, and we got +4 Dex, +3 Strength, +2 Critical. That could be really useful, actually. Yeah, boy. Boy, do I ever need that. All right, let's start with this. I need that. Next, I need this. Okay, still need more endurance. But fortunately, I have that, and I still had plenty of those other ones. Good! Okay. Alright, so let's see. That's still... Okay, we still need that one. Okay, I'm still removing snares. That's going to go like that. Okay, this I don't need. That can go here. This is going to go up here. This goes over here. Now, this one. This is +3, +2, +1. And this is +450 Kaya, +3. +4, +3, +2. +3, +2, +1. Yeah, I think it's kind of better for my build, the other one, but the numbers are just so much better on this that I'm going to stick with that. So the only thing I'm missing right now is the daggers, and that's a problem because the daggers are definitely a big part of my setup. Although I do have... Yeah, I mean, I might as well equip this since I have crossbow bolts anyway. I mean, I have crossbow bolts anyway, so I might as well use these, even though I am not expert at using the crossbow. But... Okay. The hate-crazed Vordak is destroyed. Its corpse has become a bubbling, hissing, noxious pool of acid that gladly you leave in your wake. Oh yeah, I gladly leave it in my wake. You approach the door behind which you believe Leandra is imprisoned. You strain your ears, but you can no longer hear the sound of her fist beating upon its unyielding timbers. I wonder if that was a setup by the Vordak, or an attempted setup. She must be aware that the fighting has stopped, but is she afraid to call out because of guilt? When the Vordak sent for its slaves, its mind blast was very powerful. You were capable of shielding yourself, but Leandra does not possess any psychic defenses, and she may have been struck unconscious by its insidious effects. You pause at the door. A flicker of doubt returns to haunt you. Are you making excuses for Leandra because you do not wish to face up to the fact that she could be a traitor? Again, they're really pushing this idea. Still, you know nothing for certain. You may deny it, but there is much that points to her having... Your doubts are dispelled by a sudden scraping sound that makes you spin around in an instant. You see Leandra's mechanical crossbow lying on a table by the wall. A gray, blood-spattered hand is reaching for it from below the table's edge. It grabs the weapon and pulls it out of sight. Now armed with a loaded missile weapon, a wounded Gaiac drags itself to its feet and levels the crossbow at your face. The creature is terrified yet determined to kill you nonetheless. The weapon trembles in its claw-tipped hands as it squeezes the trigger. Make your choice. Leap at the Gaiac to snatch the crossbow. Count on your agility to evade the shot. Striving to keep a cool head, you swallow hard and quickly roll to your side just a moment before the Gaiac pulls the trigger. The bolt streaks past and thuds into the wall behind. Without a moment's hesitation, you leap forwards and hit the Gaiac in the head as hard as you can. You leave it stunned and you are about to finish it off, but more enemies come rushing into the room, wild-eyed and screaming, "Tagdok, kill him!" Frantically, they close upon you and attack. Well, crap. As usual, no endurance to begin with. Okay. Dead, dead. See ya. I'll take that too. Okay. And you also are dead. Anyone else? No? Alright, good. Dun 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 boom boom boom. Okay. Alright, so what did I get here? Finest leather, harned broden, and superior throwing knives. Wow. Okay, so I have now 2 superior... I've got 2 daggers back. Need endurance and healing. So let's take one of these. I think this is appropriate. Time for that. Okay. Let's see. This is up here. Wait, is that full? Oh, really? Why can't I use the... Oh, because it's better Bronin. Okay. Let's see. Alright, where is my knife scabbard? Yeah, see, I forgot about that. I'm still getting the... I have to keep this scabbard because I get better dexterity and intelligence. I completely forgot about that. So, I have to keep this up there, so... I mean, the 2 knives is going to last me basically 1 round, I think, but... It's better than nothing, I suppose. Alright. So... How am I doing and everything? Just the endurance a little lower. Now the enemies have been slain, you are free to approach Leandra's door once more. You stop to retrieve her crossbow from the floor where the frightened Gaiac dropped it, and you hook it to the back of your belt. As you draw close to the door, you hear a faint coughing sound. It is a rasping human cough. Leandra is clearly in great discomfort. You gonna make me lockpick it? Yeah. Bash door open, or just pick the lock with your tools. Okay. This one is not supposedly a big rush, this lockpicking, so... Oh, I almost had it. What? Okay. Little sloppy. The lock is difficult to pick, but with little time, concentration, and a consummate skill, you achieve the task. The moment you hear the lock disengage, you rise to your feet and push open the door. The moment you enter the chamber beyond, you were assailed by a powerful and chilling blast of freezing cold wind. An archway in the far wall is open to the elements, and the ferocity of the storm whips through this chamber unchecked, caking the floor and walls with a thin layer of ice. Oh boy. Leandra is slumped against the wall, and she does not look well at all. Her clothes are torn and her pale skin is bruised and lacerated. She had suffered terribly by the cruel skeletal hand of her Vordak captor. But what led to this? Did she collaborate with the enemy because of it? You know how treacherous the agents of the Dark Lords can be. Maybe Leandra had something different in mind and did not see this coming? As you get near, Leandra's eyes flicker open. Because of her suffering and the ice that clings to her face, you cannot read her expression. Lone wolf, she rasps, her voice barely audible above the howl of the wind. You kneel by her side and cradle her in your arms. The warmth of your body comforts and revives her. I heard the fighting outside and I knew it had to be, but I... Easy now, you say, reaching to your belt and unclasping your water skin, flicking open its lid with your thumb as you bring it up to her trembling lips. And it immediately freezes because you're in the middle of a winter storm or something. Guilty or not, you have to help her. But you must also find out more about what has happened here. She takes a little of the tepid water in her mouth and swallows it with difficulty. The liquid tastes like nectar to her. She is badly dehydrated. She swallows another mouthful and it soothes her parched throat. Her eyes become brighter as she quenches her raging thirst. Slowly her strength returns. The storm recedes with the approach of dawn. She holds you with her eyes, and you sense that she needs to tell you something. You return her gaze, willing her to speak. When I got here, they did not trust me. She speaks with a feeble yet urgent tone. But I had to make sure they would. If I was going to be allowed to live, I had to prove that I was worth sparing. I said that the prototype was useless without me, that only I knew how to control its energies. If they killed me, the prototype would become unstable. It would destroy Vitag and everything in it, including every last one of them. Gunzar suspected I was bluffing, but he dared not take the chance that I could be telling the truth. He had me placed in this chamber and put in charge of that dreadful creature, that Vordak. It tortured me, but I did not break. Then it tortured my mind. Her eyes wander erratically for a moment. You watch as she strives to regain her focus to continue her harrowing account of what came next. It got inside my mind. I have never felt such pain before. It saw my innermost thoughts, my memories, my doubts, and my deepest fears. It rejoiced when it discovered the resentment I still had for you for not arriving in time to prevent Gunzar's attack on my village and kinsfolk. Should be kinsfolk. Leandra stopped speaking. Instinctively you are moved by her pain, but you urge her to continue no matter how difficult it may be. It takes her some time before she finds the will to speak again. The Vordak took my resentment and played upon it. It made me hate you. It was like a disease that it planted inside my head and it began eating into my mind. The fiend was determined to corrupt my true feelings and enslave me. I was being made to think like them. I was being made to hate you, hate myself, hate everything I am and ever was. Her words are difficult for you to hear. Or difficult for you to bear, maybe. Did she succumb to the Vordak's willful and evil violation of her mind, or was she already minded to betray you and everything she had ever held dear, her father, her kinsfolk, now we're up to kinsfolk, her country? Was she already committed to helping the enemy long before she came here, to aid them in the fulfillment of their evil schemes that would ultimately doom Summerlin to destruction? Is she the victim of her own misguided genius and her ambition despite the grief it has caused? Or has she really been a traitor all along? I don't think she's a traitor. I don't understand what this means. Has she really been a traitor? You want to know what Leandra is trying to accomplish with her crazy plan. She's never shown any real trust in you, never listened to you or obeyed you even when you were trying hard to save her life. See, that's not what I wanted to do. It's really annoying because it's not clear what we're talking about here. I'm going back to the main menu because that's not what I wanted to say. It was very unclear what that meant. Doubt my assumptions. What are my assumptions? Are my assumptions that so frustrating. You got to be clearer about what you're actually asking the person to do with their choices. I don't. Oh, come on! That is such garbage. Okay, so it's saved after that choice. Really annoying. That's such... That's really, really frustrating. Because the way that they word it is really unclear. And then they save it right after you make the choice. That's really annoying. And it's made worse by the fact that they save it. I really wish these people would stop reinventing the wheel. It should be save anywhere. In a single-player game, you don't have to worry about game balance. It should be save anywhere, period. So frustrating. What in the name of Vischer were you really up to? Please tell the truth. I don't even want to read this because this isn't what I think. Why did you come Vitag? As harsh as it may sound, you're not tempted by... I don't even want to read this. It's really frustrating. I knew you'd never understand. Can't you understand what the tiniest part of what I really feel? It's because I have you that I finally came to realize that my need to create and my unquenchable thirst for knowledge has consequences. All my experiments, my mechanical inventions, the prototype. I want these things to bring about only good things for everyone in Sommerland, but everything I've done has gone wrong and put everyone in danger. She turns her head away and begins to sob. A solitary tear trickles down her cheek and splashes onto your hand. Really frustrating, because I was... Ugh. Because the other thing literally says you begin to doubt your assumptions. Well, my assumptions was that she was innocent. So what assumptions are we talking about? So I thought if I answered that other one, that would be really frustrating. Her words challenge your doubts and soften your view. You sense that her remorse is genuine and sincere. I've been afraid to admit the truth, she says, trying hard to control her emotions, even though I've suspected it ever since the attack on my village. In the Chianti tunnels, I had it proven to me beyond doubt. I can no longer deny it. I'm responsible for everything that's happened. The attack on Rockstar and the death of so many innocent people and all the dangers that you've faced since your arrival in the village. How can that be, you reply, trying to set aside your lingering suspicions. You didn't make Gunzar raid your village, Leandra. No, not deliberately, but I may as well have drawn him a map and sent him an invitation. She is consumed with remorse. My prototype, my wonderful device, my great invention, my foolish pride. The prototype contains and radiates the same energy as your Chianti cube. Its source of power is identical, and the sorcerers of Helgadad had been studying it as I had. They knew what it meant and how to recognize it. And my prototype was a bright beacon for them to follow. Slowly she raises her tear-stained face and holds you with her bloodshot eyes. They are filled with pain and regret. Gunzar and the Vordak, they sensed its presence in Rockstarn. The Vordak that tortured me had revealed this to me. It is the only reason they raided Rockstarn. They wanted it for themselves. At the same time, they couldn't know exactly what to look for or where. So they came and they massacred the whole village and took everything they could lay their filthy hands on. Her body falls limp in your arms and she begins to sob uncontrollably. Everyone is dead because of me. I had to come here and make things right again. You draw her closer and try to comfort her as best you can. You can no longer bring yourself to believe she is a traitor to her people and to your homeland. Or alternatively, you never believed that, and the game just screwed up because of its terrible wording. You said that you had to convince the Vordak, you say, in as soothing a voice as you can muster. Convince it of what? They were looking for me, remember? That Vordak could boast as much as it wanted, but it had not been able to crack the secrets of the prototype on its own. I wanted them all to believe I would assist them. But the truth is that I had no intention of ever helping them at all. That's interesting, that's just what I said. In fact, the opposite is true. I'd made up my mind to destroy them with it. I knew that so long as my real intention was kept secret from them, they'd not run the risk of killing me only to have it go out of control and lay everything to waste. And did they let you have the prototype, you say? They let me work on it for an hour or so, but the Vordak watched me closely and I was unable to fix it so that it would overload. She wipes away her tears in the shredded sleeve of her jacket and she forces herself to smile. Then she looks you squarely in the eye and tilts her head slightly, prompting you to say something. Well, she says, I've done all I can, now it's your turn. Before you can say anything, Leandra begins to cough and shudder. She closes her eyes for a few moments and tries to maintain her composure. I knew you were in Vitag. Everyone knew. The news of the fighting on the lower levels had swept through the upper tower like wildfire. I was sure they'd never be able to stop you from finding me. I just had to hold on until you got here. And even if you did not, I still had to believe you would. You were a trained Kai Lord with Kai disciplines, and you were armed with a mighty Sommersword. For you to face the perils of this terrible place is an act of duty. But Leandra? She has fought her own battles, and bravely so, but armed only with her wits and her courage to see her through. What's up, Nonstop? I wonder what this thing is. Why is the Arvany quill not working? I don't know why it's not showing that on my chatty. I gotta look for updates on this later. Anyway, what's up, Nonstop? Good to see you, dude. It has come as an unexpected surprise to discover that she was prepared to enter Vitag and seek to destroy her precious device rather than permit the enemy to keep it. And she knew full well that she would likely never get out of this tower alive. You remember something you had overlooked when you first entered this chamber. Look what I found, you say, as you reach around behind your back and slip your hand under your cloak. You unhook her crossbow and pass it to her. She gives a hoarse laugh as she leans forward to take it. Fondly, she runs her fingertips over its chipped woodwork and scratched fittings. It's in no better shape than I am at the moment, eh? You'll mend, you reply reassuringly. Deep down, you're as strong as some-lending oak, and just as resilient. Again, she laughs. What's up, Shadowed? What's going on, man? There is going to be another D&D nonstop. Yep, there's actually D&D with viewers tomorrow. Assuming that I don't lose my power because of the storm of the century or whatever that's headed our way. But assuming that I'm able to stream, then yes, D&D with viewers is tomorrow. So you will get your chance, sir. Likes the Bacon is hosting me. Alright, well, I don't blame him for liking the bacon. Many people do like the bacon. Thank you, Likes the Bacon, for the host. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody watching from Likes the Bacon's channel. Again, she laughs. Despite the discomforts of this icy chamber and the trepidation you feel in anticipation of the fight you must yet bring to its cruel commander, you cannot help but be impressed by the fortitude of this gifted and brave young woman. Then you hear something that sets your pulse racing. It is the sound of heavy-booted footfalls on the tower roof directly above this chamber. It's him, gasped Leandra. It's Gunzar. I'd know the sound of his footsteps anywhere. You stand up and steel yourself for the coming battle with Warlord Gunzar. You now know where he is, but you do not know how to reach the roof and confront him. Your eye falls upon a door in the far wall that you've not noticed before. You begin to approach it, but Leandra calls out a warning. No, not that way. That door leads to the Vordak's torture chamber. She shivers at the thought of the pain she endured in this terrible place. Yeah, this game's really good, Likes the Bacon. Thank you for the host. I like Lone Wolf a lot too. This game is really good. It's not perfect. It has a couple of flubs here and there, a couple of erratic moments, and there's some things that sort of demonstrate kind of the limitations of it being a mobile port, but it's surprisingly good. It's better than I actually thought it would be. I thought it was going to be an interesting diversion, but it's actually been pretty solid. You move a little closer to examine the door, but you are brought to an abrupt halt by a wave of fatigue that washes through you like a black tide. Yes, I've played those Like the Bacon, actually. If you look on my YouTube channel, I have played through 5 or 6 of those using 7th Sense, which is using the Lone Wolf books, the Project Aeon or whatever it is. So I've done those, not just on Android, but actually on PC as well. So I have actually done that. And I agree, those are good things. You fall to your knees and struggle to regain your strength. Leandra says something, but her anxious words swirl around in your head and you cannot clearly understand what she is saying. You know that you must fight this sudden weakness and confusion, for it is threatening to defeat you before the final combat with Gunzar has even begun. You draw upon your Kai powers and enter into a deep state of meditation. Oh, god damn it. Here we go again with the stupid battling Dark Link thing. The chamber dissolves around you and you feel yourself plummeting into a vortex of total darkness. At length, the sensation of falling recedes, and you find yourself on your knees in your nightmare once more. Did you think you could defeat us? Did you think you could destroy us? Did you think you could send us away? The dark specters appear again, moving and speaking in unison. We have always been here. We are the shadow of your light. The Drakkar and his Chianti amulet did not create us. We have always been here, watching and waiting to eclipse you, child of the sun. The specters coalesce into a chillingly familiar figure that is filled with malevolence. It is the summation of all your doubts and fears, all the weaknesses and failures that have haunted you since early childhood. Thanks a lot, Likes the Bacon. I appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you very much. And yeah, definitely I will have to check out if you play the Lone Wolf stuff on occasion. I will have to check that out. Thank you for the host. I appreciate it. And welcome everybody who is here from that channel. Your long and perilous journey to Vitag has forced you to confront your limitations in so many ways. Now, the insidious powers of the Chianti amulet has brought you face to face with your inner demons. We are strong. The Shade's voices emerged into a single sibilant whisper that scratches your mind. And our time has come. The time has come indeed, you reply, projecting your retort without need to give voice to your words. Defiantly, you rise to your feet in eager readiness to do battle with this horror that haunts your mind. The time has come to put an end to this, just as soon as I get my endurance going. Okay. So I want to check this quest here. Alright. Time has come to put an end to this. Let's do it. Make your provoke the Shade into engaging you ready to counterattack. Know your enemy now, you are not afraid to fight. Dinship of animal kinship, strong bond. This. Bond. Bond it up. The creation born of your deepest fears and doubts is a savage opponent, but it is not a primal one. There is nothing within its empty soul that speaks to you on an animal level. It lacks a vital part of your soul, the ability to empathize and commune with the primal power of Magnamund. Even in this dark and dismal place, you were able to maintain your connections to the natural world. You could feel the bond you share with the Black Wolf of the Derncrag Mountains. Your friend has come to your aid many times, and even though this place is not a material environment, the kinship you share with the mighty wolf can still be used to aid you now. Shadow Wolf Bro! Wolf Bro has become Shadow Wolf Bro. As the shade rushes in to attack you, a lupine's silhouette emerges from the perimeter of your dreamscape and leaps into the fray. You feel every blow that is landed upon this tenacious spirit wolf as he fights your shadowy foe, yet together you can overcome and defeat it. Okay. Again with my shadowy foe. Okay, so again, I have to hit it initially, and then... Okay. And let's see. Healing. Okay. Hey, thank you for the resub. What's up, Kooky Canuck? I'm doing what I can, man. I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. What's up, man? Okay. God damn it. Crap. Shoot. Oh, alright. Well, thanks for the heal, I guess. Actually, no, that means he's back up to... Ah! Man, him healing me like that is not good. Crap. Alright, that wasn't the right one, of course. Not the right one either. Let's see. Okay. Oh, parry. Yeah, you got a new Hey, thanks, Kooky Canuck. You got a new feather. That's right, you did. Wolf Bro is gone. That is not surprising. Crap. Problem is... This is bad. I'm in bad shape. The dog can't attack. This is just, I just dislike this fight, because everything you do to this guy, he can do to, like, basically you do back to yourself, which is not great design, in my humble opinion. That's not the right guy. Not the right guy either. Okay. I can't mind blast him because he's got what I have. Sixth Sense, I guess? Do I have the Summer Sword yet? This is very bad. Oh my god, yeah, it's the stupid Dark Link thing. I'm in big trouble. Oh god, this is not the time for stun! Oh, I hate this stupid Dark Link fight. This, I have to say, the game for about 80% has been great. This last 20% has not been wonderful. Well, it's been okay, but it's very talky, and there's the dialogue options on a couple places are very unclear, and they're going back to the well too often. Like this fight was fun the first time. This is the third time I fought this fight. Like, enough now. Enough with this fight. Okay. 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 Okay, now Wolfbro should finish him off. The question is whether I'll still live when he goes down. Yes! Finally. Changing badges to be total cumulative months sub, not consecutive months. Oh, really? You know, I actually think that's kind of good, Shadowed. You know, I wondered if they're going to, like, eventually have a second category for consecutive versus, you know, cumulative. But I actually think that's kind of good. And that's kind of neat. With your climactic blow... Man. Oh, wow. They're all back to broken equipment, though. Damn it. With your climactic blow, the Shade falls to its knees and cowers in defeat. It is unarmed. Its weapon has vanished from sight. The Shade's dark outline begins to dissolve and fade back into the swirling maelstrom of your emotions and inner fears from whence it came. You say nothing as you watch your defeated enemy being consumed by its own darkness. You feel no hatred for or triumph over it. You accept the Shade for what it is, an integral part of your inner self. The amulet's insidious hold over you has finally been broken. Finally. The grip it had maintained on your mind has been shattered. The Nightmare Monastery rapidly recedes and is replaced by the icy walls of the chamber in Vitag. You emerge from your trance to find yourself looking directly into Leandra's anxious eyes. She reaches out to help you to stand up, but your strength is fully returned and you are able to rise to your feet with ease. Excuse me. You feel refreshed and restored, both in mind and body. Defeating your inner shade has won you a wholeness you have not felt for a long time, not since before the massacre of your fellow Kai. However, Leandra is not so fortunate. She is still badly shaken from her dreadful ordeal at the Vordak's hand and her subsequent confinement in this freezing, wind-lashed chamber. You check your weapons and equipment. They have deteriorated as a result of the many fights you have fought and won in Vitag. You are worried that they may fail you in the final fight with Gunzar. Yeah, exactly. Once more, your gaze falls upon the adjoining door which leads to the Vordak's torture chamber. Here you may find the tools you need to fix your gear before you undertake the final battle. Despite Leandra's protestations, you open the door and step into the room beyond. You are immediately struck by the unexpected warmth of this chamber. A small forge stands in the far corner, its crimson coals glowing dimly. In the center of the room there is a large table, its surface stained black with dried blood. Thick leather straps affixed to the four corners of this gruesome furnishing betray the purpose for which it was put there. It is a torture table. On the walls are racked scores of instruments of grim design and ghastly purpose. Tongs, pincers, claws, flails, barbed whips, and many other accoutrements of agony. That's charming. There are also devices you've never seen before. They are the tools of the Vordak's cruel art, brought here with him all the way from Helgadad, the terrifying city of the Dark Lords. Your stomach churns with fear and revulsion as you cast your eyes upon them. Nauseated by what you see, you turn your head away towards the forge. The warmth it radiates is the only comfort to be found in this room. It is testament to the pain that Leandra was forced to endure in this terrible place, that she chose to remain in the icy chamber rather than seek shelter from the cold winds by returning here. Beside the forge stands a workbench that is littered with more common and mundane artifacts. They are blacksmithing tools. There is everything you need here to effect repairs to your weapons and equipment before you face Gunzar in the final battle, thank God. Did you find what you were looking for in that dreadful room? Asked Leandra. Yes. Now I must make my way up to the roof, you reply. Leandra is clearly in no fit state to accompany you in a final confrontation with Warlord Gunzar. She too is aware of this reality, and reluctantly she tells you to go ahead without her. I'll find a place to hide, she says in a frustrated tone, looking to the open door by which you first entered this place. There is no way she is not going to show up at some point during the final battle against orders like she's done every single time. Like, there's no way. Absolutely no way. As much as I hate to admit it, I know I can't do anything more to help. Do what you came here to do. I don't like the idea of leaving Vitag by myself. I will prevail, you reply with resolute confidence, and together we will escape from this accursed tower. You need not doubt me, Leandra. A Kai Lord is always true to his word. You nod your head and try to reassure her with a smile. She tries to smile back, but she is unable to. Whether it is because of the pain of her wounds and her weakened state, or because she still harbors some resentment for what has happened because the game didn't make the dialogue point really clear, which is really obnoxious, you cannot tell. You go with her into the adjoining chamber, away from the freezing cold of this desolate, windswept room. It has started to snow again, and she needs to be somewhere she can regain the strength that was robbed from her by the wicked Vordak. You bid her farewell before you take your leave. By way of the door through which the Gyaks entered and attacked you. A long corridor awaits you beyond. At the far end, you can see the bottom of a spiral staircase that ascends out of view. It leads all the way to the Dark Tower. With weapon in hand, slowly and resolutely, you commence your climb of the tiled steps. Alright, before I do that, I check everything to make sure that I've got what I want. Set up here. Okay, cures 150 vitality. Okay. Let's see. What else do I need? restores 1250, but I can't use that in combat anyway. I've got 1 knife left. Alright, so 3, 2 here, Lether, blah, blah, blah. Alright, I think I'm in pretty good shape. I think this is the best that we're going to get. So, here we go, people. Alright, chat. It's the final battle. Atop the Dark Tower. You want to write your story from here? I guess so. The staircase has been left unguarded, and no obstacles have been placed in the way to impede your cautious ascent. When you reach a circular landing at the top of the steps, you look out through an open portal onto the flat, scorched roof of the tower. Gunzar is here, waiting for you. A winter wind howls across the open rooftops. It drives the light snow into flurries that whirl and dance wildly around its jagged iron parapet. Gunzar is standing near to the west edge, gazing through the visor of his battle helm at the heavy sky overhead. This is like your neighbors having a party with very loud music. This is like Baldur's Gate. This is like when Saravok is just like standing by the end of the tower. A storm is brewing in the Darklands, and it will not be long before it reaches Vitag. In the distance, you watch a fell creature emerging from the clouds. Astride its back, there sits a terrifying figure encased in gleaming black armor. 2 pinpoints of scarlet from Scarlet. Let me see. Sorry, I missed that. 2 pinpoints of scarlet light radiate from the sealed visor of its mighty helm. It is Dark Lord Haken, seated astride his huge winged mount. Neither he nor his Imperial's land beast pay much heed to the force of the wind. They are both strong enough to resist the gusts that buffet them ceaselessly. Gunzar turns away from the parapet and looks in your direction. He sees you and immediately draws his mighty twin-bladed battle swords from their scabbards. "You are too late, Kai Lord," he shouts in broken psalm, lending his foul breath clouding from the grill of his visored helm. "Lord Haken is here." "Your fortress and your troops did not stop me, Gunzar," you retort, loudly enough to be sure that he hears your defiant voice above the incessant howling of the wind. "But I will stop you. I am here to take my revenge for the blood of the innocents you have murdered." Gunzar laughs with disdain. "Foolish Kai, always a step behind me. Even if Vitag should fall, it will be of no great consequence. It has served its purpose well. It will arise again. It always has, and it always shall." The loathsome cry of this land beast pierces the stormy skies, and Gunzar thrusts his twin-bladed swords into the air in proud salute to his fell master seated astride its broad back. "The Dark Lord comes to collect his tribute," bellers Gunzar. With confidence, he pats what appears to be a corlinium case that is firmly attached to his belt. "The Zirantos is ours. I have secured for him great power by the might of my swords, my cunning, and my guile." This land beast circles high above the parapet and vents another piercing shriek that sends a shiver of dread coursing down your spine. You find solace in the certain knowledge that it shall not approach any closer to the roof while you remain alive. Haken is here, but his morbid fear of your divine blade prevents him from landing his mount upon the tower roof and engaging you personally in combat. Oh, that's good. You wield the one weapon on Magnamund that can slay a Dark Lord. You have used it in the past to destroy Archlord Zagarna, and gladly you will use it again to dispatch Haken if he is foolish enough to come within striking distance of its formidable power. The Warlord may have not realized it, but Haken will not intervene in the coming battle. His sepulchral voice cuts through the noise of the rising storm. "Slay him, Gunzar! Slay him for me!" Sonic boom! Sonic boom! Guile's theme. Around Gunzar's neck, the Chianti amulet flares into life. Although its power to twist and distort your mind has been irrevocably broken, you are sure that it still poses a threat to you in other ways. The final battle begins. Here we go. Make your choice. What's the choice? What do we make? Sixth Sense to understand how the amulet works. One last time for the Black Wolf. Achievement unlocked. Vitad Archivist. You are not the only one on the roof who hates and despises this vile Drakkar for the crimes he's perpetrated in Rockstar and beyond. Oh, sweet. Oh, the wolf? What just happened? Wait a minute, wait. Show that again, show that again. Yeah. Right. Oh, I thought the wolf did something to it. Close by, you can feel the welcome presence of your lupine companion, the mighty Derncrag wolf that has battled loyally by your side. Thank you for the follow. And that was a terrible running decision by Ian Kinsler. Terrible running decision. Really, really frustrating. Red Sox should have taken the lead there and did not. I don't know what... I mean, what is that? You just ran right into him. I'm sorry. I'm watching Game 3 of the World Series, and this has been like a really, really good game that I've been trying to not focus my attention on, and that's really annoying what just happened there, like, a lot. That should not have happened. At all. Really frustrating. It's annoying. Should have won. Wow, I just need to break half of the internet. All right. So, close by, you can, let's see, Derncrag was battled loyally by your side. Now he stands ready to do so again. Yeah, it's because I'm trying not to, Shadowed, but, like, there was a part of me that was even thinking about not streaming because I was so, you know, it's my team, you know. But I was like, nope, I'm going to do what I can. And then I was like, I was like trying not to, and of course the game has to go extra innings, right? Like, naturally it does. I can't even... Of course the game goes extra innings. And they're already leading 2-0, but just, you know. Anyway, Gunzar's minions have taken a dreadful toll of his beloved pack. Now your wolf friend is ready and eager to reap bloody vengeance upon the Gyak's leader. With a howl and a snap of his gleaming fangs, the Derncrag wolf leaps upon Gunzar from behind. The power of the amulet hurls him backwards onto the icy ground, but his intervention has not been fruitless. Gunzar has been injured, and he has lost his focus, forcing him out of the trance he was in. You now have a perfect opportunity to make an effective strike. Do not waste it. All right? I will not waste it, or at least I will attempt not to waste it. Oh, damn. That's a good rise. Sweep. Whoa. What's up, bro? Okay. 12,000. Okay. Ah, god damn it. Oh, shoot. Okay. That's the one. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Let's get my healing back. Alright. Let's see. Wolf Bro time! Let's make it happen, Wolf Bro. Okay. Okay. Can I get this off this time? Hey, it worked that time. Nice. I better put this up just in case. Yes, Wolf Bro. Oh God. That was brutal technique. Okay. Let's see. Let's take this. Come on, Wolf Bro. I need some help here, Wolf Bro. I need some help because I'm out of... I can't get an attack off. This is where that dagger would have been helpful. Oh, God damn it. What is this garbage? He heals while that magic... That's obnoxious, though. That's obnoxious. I almost had him. I just couldn't get another hit off. Let's see. Well, now he's out. And I can't do that again. Wait. Okay, good. I was like, wait, what? What? Come on. Oh, crap. I'm out of healing? Okay, let's see. Okay, you're chained. Let's see. I wonder if... I don't know if Mind Blast is going to work against him, but... Ah, it does work against him. Nice. Not sure if it would. No, no, no. Okay, do I still don't have the Somber Sword back? Do have that. I'm always nervous with that one. Nice. Have a seat. Boy, this Sixth Sense has been useful. Seriously. Oh, God. He's just, like, taking power from them? Oh, my God, dude. Ha-ha! Uh-oh. The volume's off. I don't know what happened to the volume. Oh, there it is. Suck it, Gunzar. Yeah, Somber Sword. The power of the Somber Sword compels you. Mortally wounded, Gunzar has nothing left but curses for you. Well, I'll tell you what I've got for myself. Just in case, I'm not taking any chances. Just in case, I am doing this right now. I'm just like pounding all this stuff right now while I have the chance. Let's see. How am I doing here? Okay, I still need endurance and I still need Kai power. Great. Kai power? Okay. Okay. So, we will do that. Okay. Now, just in case. Mortally wounded, Gunzar has nothing left but curses for you. The unnatural energies of his broken amulet course through him and keep him alive upon the very brink of death. He is still trying to get back on his feet when Haken screams the order to seize the prototype and hurl it up to him. The sun is finally rising and shafts of warm sunlight flood across the rooftop. Gunzar takes the prototype off his belt. He draws his arm back and prepares to throw the device upwards to his fell master with all the force he can muster. This is the chance you have been waiting for. As you level the Sommerlund, the Sommersword, its blade now burns with golden fire. The sunlight has triggered a power that lies within the divine blade that you have never before witnessed. A sudden movement behind you makes you spin around with your weapon held ready to strike. It is Leandra. True to form, she has disobeyed you again and followed you up the stairs to the roof. Did I not call it? Did I not say that she would follow me up to the roof? She is still very weak from the wounds she has suffered, and the stair climb has taken its toll. She slumps down on the floor near the top of the steps, and she seems about to pass out. She calls to you in a desperate and plaintive voice. Her eyes are filled with terror. No, don't do it! You're too close! You hear Leandra's cry, but you do not heed it. You know what you must do. Gunzar throws the prototype into the air, and you raise the Sommersword. Its divine energy is unleashed in a beam of pure light. The blinding beam strikes the device and destroys it in an instant, causing it to discharge its power in a fearsome explosion. The shockwave from the explosion kills Gunzar outright, but it also sends you tumbling helplessly across the icy rooftop. The glowing Sommersword falls from your hand and comes to rest nearby. Haken vents a loud and bitter cry filled with anger and frustration. He has been robbed of his prize. Screaming with rage, he pulls his land beast away and urges it to return to Helgadad. Nope, never before, Ardenel. You try to stand up, but realize at once that the blast has taken its toll. Your whole body aches, and your ears ring loudly from the noise of the explosion and Haken's bitter cries of anger and defeat. He is now too far away for you to retrieve the Sommersword and discharge a second beam of light that will destroy him and his loathsome mount. Limping painfully, Leandra comes to your aid. She escaped the explosion, and now it is hard to tell who is in worse shape, you or her. Wow. That's awesome. Again, I just love the artwork. It's really cool. I think they did, according to what Shadowed said. Dealing with Leandra has not been easy, but that is a little consequence. What matters most is that together you have thwarted the Dark Lord's evil plan. Oh, I got 3 more achievements. And spared your land from a dreadful fate. Whatever happens in the future, you know that you will always have a steadfast ally in this gifted and headstrong girl. After all that you have been through together, you have emerged triumphant and made a trustworthy friend for life. Friend, but it could have been more if I'd answered that dialogue the way it should have been dialogue. So this looks like it's going to be the final thing. Look at how much lower my vitality was because I just didn't do strength. Intelligence and dexterity. Yep.
You have faced the challenge and prevailed. With Leandra's help, you fought a host of deadly enemies. You survived the sunken forest and discovered the secrets of the Shanti Temple. Harkon and Gunzar were defeated. By your courage, your skill, and your determination. And now the sun shines brightly upon your homeland once more. Until the next time, stay strong and resolute. For Sommerlund and the Kai.
For Sommerlund and the Kai. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Alright, guys. So we did it. So as always, whenever we go through a game like this, we win. We actually have to talk about the credits and stuff like that. The narration was by Joe Deaver. That was Joe Deaver himself. That guy who was speaking, the narration was actually Joe Deaver himself, who I've met, by the way. I actually met a few months before he passed away. Wow, that's cool. Same guy. So, Joe Deaver is the author. He's the creator of Lone Wolf, yeah. I have to say, I think they did for the most part, they did a really good job with this. This is going to end up being about 20 hours of work, I think. And I thought it was pretty good. I mean, there was definitely, you could see a lot of signs of the mobile port part. I thought the art was great. I thought it was a solid story. I thought that there were some interesting aspects to it in terms of some of the ways that they handled stuff. I wasn't big on the Chianti Cube stuff. Sometimes there were some annoying aspects of the dialogue, which frustrated me, as I said. And again, main problem, it should be save anywhere. Just period, should be save anywhere, and that's it. But that said, though, 20 hours of playtime. Yes, I totally agree with that, Zenith Dante. I actually tried to get Joe on the stream shortly after I met him at Gen Con a few years ago. I talked to him and I basically said, I mentioned this, and he said to email him. So I emailed him and followed up, and he said he wasn't, he's sorry, but he couldn't do it. But he did then follow me back as a Facebook friend, which I was never really sure what to make of that, but it was very sad when he went. I mean, he definitely had a big impact, and I've noticed as I've been playing this game and a lot of others that Fighting Fantasy was the one that I paid more attention to as a kid, although I had and enjoyed the Lone Wolf books. But for a lot of people, Lone Wolf was where it was at, and he really had a profound influence. Also, his willingness to let lots of different people play his games, his willingness to make his books open source and available and everything, that also moved things a lot forward. We were able to play all these Lone Wolf games, the ones that I've played, because we could do it legally because he allowed us to. And he deserves credit for that. So that was pretty awesome. Yeah, I agree. And I'm glad that he got a chance to do work on this before he passed away, because I do think that this was worthy of him. I agree. Again, not perfect, but solid. Yep, agree, Zenith. Yep, totally agree. What's up, Bison? Yeah, close to it. We finally completed this, but it was good. I mean, like I really enjoyed this a lot. I thought that it was a game that, again, the art, it was surprising. I guess that's what I would say. It was better than you would expect. And that was the thing. It was better than I would have expected. I was expecting it to be kind of a quick 5-6 hour deal, and it was going to be whatever. I did not expect it to be a game that was going to have, 20 hours worth of pretty good play. And you had crafting in here, you had upgrading, you could play with axes or with swords or with maces, you could play with crossbow or knives. That was a whole different thing. I could have played with different skills instead of playing with Sixth Sense and the animal kinship with Wolfbro. And see, yeah, it was 2014, 1984 to 2014 is where I met him. Actually, no, that must have been his license, because I don't think he passed away in 2014, unless I'm mistaken, but anyway. Yeah, I would say this is well worth playing if you haven't already. for Summerland and the Kai. But people are really behind it. I really liked it. And I think it made it. Yeah, exactly. He's modding here, Vison. Listen, man. Achievement unlocked. Thank you. I just want to see quickly what achievements we got, because a lot of these popped up during the game. I just want to see what achievements we got. So, we unlocked 63%. Let's see all the achievements. We got, we freed Merrick. We won the Battle of the Foundry. We've won the Battle of the Warehouse. We left Rockstar with Leandro. We completed the first chapter of Act 1. Yeah, it's exactly right, Lucathea, yeah. We leave together. Here goes nothing. Complete Act 1. Discretion open a lock without damaging the pick lock. Thank you. Watched all the credits. Oh, we watched all the credits. We got an achievement for that. Forged, you've completely upgraded a weapon. Yeah, he did, Lucathea, and that's why I really give him credit for the fact that he didn't take that and become really angry and bitter and like just keep his stuff to himself. Instead, he really understood that the fans and the readers were not the publishers, and that was sort of a different mindset. So let's see. So Ford, okay, so thank you, Forge. You have completely upgraded the Kai armor. You've made 25 calculating choices. Strategist, unbreakable. You want to fight without healing yourself. You've killed 2 enemies in the same turn. You've killed a stunned enemy with the final blow of the combined attack. You have killed 100 Gaiacs. You have survived a fight with fewer than 150 health points. You have performed 2 finishing moves in a single fight. You've killed 2 enemies with the Samur Sword in a single fight. Praise the sun. You've killed 50 Drakarim, you've successfully performed the full combined attack 150 times. And I got that close to the end of it, too. I got that tonight. Axe Master, you've unlocked the Axe Mastery bonus. You have completed Act 1, or you've used 3 different Kai disciplines in a single combat session. You have completed Act 1 without ever selecting the easy difficulty level. I couldn't do that in Act 2. You've opened a Chianti Q block using the minimum number of moves required. You've completed the first chapter of Act 2, second chapter of Act 2, completed Act 2, decided to cross the chasm passing through the Drakarm camp, explored all the areas you could see from the top of the monumental oak. You've mastered, that was another thing. I didn't want to actually go through the chasm, but the dialogue point was confusing there. So, everyone needs to eat cake. Yeah, exactly. You've completed the first chapter. You mastered all the techniques of the Samur Sword. Explore there's You've completed all the first chapter of Act 3, completed the second chapter of Act 3, completed Act 3, did not surrender to your pride, you trusted Saratar and saved him, you gave the Chianti spirit a chance to redeem itself, you've recovered all the ancient Chianti artifacts, you've killed 15 Doom Wolves, you've completed the first chapter of Act 4, second chapter of Act 4, you've completed Act 4, Long Journey, you've completed the game. Head on to Vitag, you completed Act 4 without ever selecting the easy difficulty level. That's right. You've unlocked an all Act 4 Codex entries. That's cool. Vitag Archivist, Vitag Explorer, you completed all the side quests of Act 4. Stronger than any doubt, you and Leandra finally came to respect one another. Would have done more than that if they took my dialogue choice into account. Way of the Axe, you had Grigol craft an axe of pure Bronin. Thinking ahead, you've disposed of the prisoner yourself, and you've retrieved the Samur Sword. And there were a few left over, but still, that was, that's a good amount of achievements. I mean, I don't go out of my way looking for achievements, and according to this, I ended up playing 21 hours. So, I ended up playing 21 hours, and I think the only thing we had here was the gallery. We had artworks. We had Lone Wolf. Our boy Lone Wolf. With different kinds of armor. That's pretty cool. Ooh, that's awesome. That's the Kai emblem. Samur Sword. Yeah, that's right. It was 2016. I thought it was because I know it was the same year that I met him that he passed away. So it's been almost 2 years since he passed away. Sheath design. The Samur Sword is so awesome. So awesome. Lone Wolf's weapons. Crossbow and the knives. The Durncrag Wolves. I actually really like the wolf part of this. Oh, yeah. The Samur Sword, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that could very well be. You know what, Erdenel? I never even thought about that. I just assumed it was because he was too busy, which was totally fine, obviously. But that didn't even occur to me that that might have been the case. Did not even occur to me. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that could very well have been. And I mean, it certainly, I never was, as I said, I was never angry about it or anything. Um, but yeah. HTML version of this game? You don't mean, well, not the remastered one though, Vyzen, right? And also, like, this game? Not, because there's other, you know that there's multiple Lone Wolf available games, right? So there's multiple ones of those. The only other problem I had with this game is that there were not a lot of monster types. But again, I can forgive some of that. So, yeah. Really? I didn't know that. Well, I'm glad that I paid for it, though. I mean... Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I mean... It's yeah, I mean, we you know, we need them. We need good authors. We need people that are really, we need people that are really in the mix. So... A lot of really good concept art. That's really cool. That was Rockstar. It seems like so long ago now, because there were so many different stages to this. Again, you know, I feel like the game, for a small team, the game was pretty epic and would have held up even not on mobile. You know, even if it was on something else, I think it would have held together. So... And I was playing it on normal, obviously. If I played this on... you know, if I had played this on, what do you call it? If I had played it on, like, the hardest difficulty, it would have been rough. Would have been rough. Yeah. Well, it was the HD part that sort of surprised me a little bit, honestly. Codex. Okay, let's see. 3D models. Those boots look uncomfortably high, I just have to say. Very, very high. Yes, back in 2014. That was really cool. Let's see. Mountain Gaiac. See, these Gaiacs, like, there are a couple of enemies here that were tough. Like, the one fight I had in Act 1 that was rough. The poison Gaiacs were problematic, honestly. But, oh yeah, Gunzar. This guy. This guy's pretty bad looking, actually. I mean, badass looking. I think he's maybe overcompensating a little bit with that belt buckle, though. Just saying. What is Abysmal? Oh, yeah, that dude. And they had these little mini-bosses that kind of went along with this, too, so... Who is from Texas? Joe Deaver? That's true, look at the... Joe Deaver was... What? No. Oh, Belt Buckle Guy. I was so confused, Aridinel. I'm like, wait, Joe Deaver is from Texas? Yeah, Belt Buckle Guy is from Texas, yes. Wait for me to make a reference and not even get it when you respond to the reference. I'm like, what? I don't think I'm going to show all of these. Yeah, it's a little silly. So I only missed 2 environments here. It's pretty good, actually. You know that? I mean, like... Prologue, Interlude Acts 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and the epilogue. Good stuff. So yeah, final... Oh. Social media, yes. So that's what it was. So we ended up with 586 gold, 20 hours, 4 minutes, and 47 seconds. Yeah, there you go, Luke. 20 hours, 4 minutes, 47 seconds. That's pretty good for, you know, and this game was, when I got it, 15 bucks. 15 bucks for 20 hours? We're talking less than $1 an hour? That's pretty good, I gotta say. Less than $1 an hour. Seriously. So, good stuff. That was good, folks. I really enjoyed that, and I hope you folks did too. That was, whoops, sorry. You don't need to see my timer again. That's a little silly. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I really had a good time with that game. There was a lot, I think, going on in that game that was, again, better than the sum of its parts. It definitely had some aspects to it that were problematic, but considering the sort of root of it and the fact that it was coming from a mobile environment, I think they did a pretty good job with it. I was fairly pleased with it. So, and that means, by the way, that since we have completed that game, that now means we put that aside. So Lone Wolf is now done. And that means the next one up is going to be, the next game up on the list is going to be Toonstruck, finishing up Toonstruck. And then after that, the next video game on the list is going to be Bard's Tale 4. So I'm going to be doing Bard's Tale 4 for a while. Hopefully I will continue to hopefully I'll like it and continue to like it. And then we'll move on to Deus Ex Human Revolution, then back to Breath of Fire 3, and then Neverwinter Nights 2 complete. That'll then Portal 2, then Suikoden, the original Phantasy Star, then back to The Witcher 3, and then it all gets really shaky. Then I have like Lego Lord of the Rings, Wild Arms, Uncharted 3, it's a whole bunch of stuff. So that was good stuff. And I'm sorry that I was slightly distracted today watching my team, which is still playing even now, going on with their thing as we go deep into the night. So typical, typical that has to do that like in this continuation. But I was glad to be able to do that. It was good stuff, and to get another game done at a list, it was good stuff. So tomorrow, remember, or later today, I should say, we have got D&D with viewers. But before that, we've got Masters of the Dungeon. So remember my D&D stream. My D&D roundtable, with Askren and with the digital DM, Dave, is going to be tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. So please stop by with your D&D questions, and not just D&D, role-playing questions in general. I'm going to talk about a game that I just got, this role-playing game, which I'm hoping to talk more about, which is called The Clay That Woke. I don't know if any of you heard about this. I may have mentioned this before. This is basically a game created by a guy who is a pretty good indie RPG developer. That is, you play a Minotaur that is a subclass, basically like a servant class, of this group of people that live in what is a city kind of like ancient Rome, but which is surrounded by a encroaching jungle. And you end up having to basically maintain silence and dignity and respect. And if you ever give way to not do that, then you end up being sent to the jungle to basically redeem yourself. It's pretty cool. It's really neat. And they've got like these tokens are how you actually determine who wins and loses and all this stuff. So anyway, it's kind of cool. And I'm looking forward to at least reading it and getting a sense of it. And then if it's good, if it looks like it's pretty cool, then maybe I'll actually run it as a one shot or something like that. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I just got that in the mail today. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, and I'll talk about other things during the stream. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, it will be D&D with viewers. Now, again, for those of you who missed this announcement at the beginning, the only thing that would keep that from happening is if my power goes out, because we're going to be hit by this nor'easter of epic proportions, supposedly. I don't know how seriously to take this thing. Like, people are really kind of overreacting a little bit, it seems to me, to this thing. But it is what it is, and so if we happen to lose power, then obviously I can't stream. But assuming that doesn't happen, Well, it's not going to be snow. It's just going to be tons of rain and stuff like that. But we are going to be doing D&D with viewers tomorrow. And as you can see, microphone is required, webcams preferred, participated previously recorded, experience, knowledge in ED5 required, be a nice, agreeable person. And the only other rule is that you need to commit to the full, 3.5, 4 hours of the stream. So you can't bail out 2 hours in. As long as you're willing to do that, then you can play with me, and hopefully you'll get a chance to do that. So D&D with viewers will be at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, Rock God. Again, unless there's a problem with the power, in which case I can't help that. But otherwise, 8 p.m. Eastern is what we're looking at. And I'm looking forward to it. And then next week on Tuesday, I'll be playing the Patreon-fueled chat chosen game of the month. The Patreon-fueled chat chosen game of the month, which is the game Firewatch. And then we'll be over on Pen and Pixels playing D&D with GOG, Storm King's Thunder, where there might be a little bit of costuming. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of an outfit, maybe costuming thing going on. So over there, that'll be on my Pen and Pixel show at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then I will probably be back on Wednesday night, which is Halloween night, for my yearly Edgar Allan Poe reading. I'll do a reading of Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven, and I will do either another story by him or someone else's story. I'll probably do a story by him, but it'll be something different. Last year I did Mask of the Red Death. This year maybe I'll do Cask of Amontillado, or I don't know, Telltale Heart or something. I'll think of something that I'm going to do as part of this. And depending on the time, if I have enough time, maybe I'll even play a little bit of Sunless Sea or something like that. If I don't have time, then I'll just do that reading, and then we will be on to November. So I am looking forward to it and seeing how that all goes down. It's short. I don't think it's going to be 3 hours short though, Rock God, right? Like, I mean, that's all I have for the afternoon cast is 3 hours. So I'm not sure about that, but I mean, we'll see. I will double check and see how I feel and how it all works out, and I'm not opposed to it. But I'm going to be playing that on Tuesday, and again, as I said, D&D with GOG, then the Halloween cast on Wednesday, and that will wrap up October, and then we will move into what promises to be a very busy and exciting month of November. So that is going to do it for me for tonight, though. I am going to head off and see if I can, bring home the rest of my team, as my terrible relief pitcher just walks a guy for no reason. I had that one particular guy. We're into the bad part of the bullpen now, so it is what it is. But that's going to happen. Anything Poe is amazing. Yeah, for sure. The Fall of the House of Usher is great, no question. But I'm going to get on out of here. I want to thank everyone for being here and being awesome people and all that kind of good stuff. We are going to do, I think, a raid, but we're not going to do a manual raid this time. We're going to do an automatic raid. So if you stick around here, basically, after the stream is over, I will actually have us raid officially using the automatic raid feature on the channel, and we will go to someone. I don't know exactly who. We will see what happens, but yes, and that's going to be it. But I really had a good time. I hope you folks enjoyed yourself as well. I want to thank everyone for being amazing people and amazing viewers, best viewers on Twitch, as I've said many times. I want to thank Dragon Spear for holding down the fort with modding today, as well as Shadowed Mage. Shadowed Mage, thank you so much. Great job modding. Vyzen came in and tried to pull you away, but you modded here, and I appreciate that. No, I'm just kidding. But thanks, Dragon and Shadow Mage. Thank you to my subs as well. Thank you to Dragon Mage. Thank you to Shadow Mage. Dragon Mage, yeah. And Shadowed Spear. Thank you to Dragon Spear and Shadowed Mage. Thank you to Aridinel, to Brahms, to Kooky Canuck, to Lucathea, Nonstop, Rock God, and Uncle Elias. Thank you all so much for the subs tonight. Thank you as well to the Patreon supporters who I know were on the list, but do not show up necessarily on the list that I have here. So thank you for supporting the Patreon. Again, that really does make a big difference. So if you're able to support the Patreon, Patreon is pretty tapped at this point because it's been used to put up the new website, arvanelaron.com, and to do a lot of things like have been pumped back into the channel. So it's pretty tapped out at present. So any, support people are able to jump in with Cooking It Up with a sub today or whatever to support the Patreon would really help. Remember, my third album is now officially off to the printers and should be back next week. So the third album will be one of the albums you can choose if you do that particular tier in the Patreon. So that would be lovely. I want to thank, of course, Apricot Grapefruit, Big Mikey Ocho, Commander Root, Determinologies, ECAG, Electrical Longboard, Ibrahim C 2000, Jagtress, Land Fusion, Likes the Bacon. Again, thank you for the host, Likes the Bacon. Thank you to Lisa Lalali. Thank you to Positivity Bot. Thank you to Sky Creed 1, who I think I've seen in here before, I believe. Thank you to Slow Cool. Thank you to Stay Hydrated Bot. Oh, yes. One quick note before I go on. Rock God did the cover design and the art design and did an amazing job with it. It really looks great. So Rock God, thank you, my friend. Again, we will be arranging, how the remuneration and all that good stuff. But thank you. Really made a difference. Thank you. It was really awesome. Rock God was really cool. Thank you, Aradinel. I hope so. I'm very proud of the album. I was saying at the very beginning here that I have, my band, The Road, has been together for about 15 years, over 15 years now. And in that time, we have done 3 albums. One of them was a runner-up. One of them was nominated for a music award in 2010. That was Monomyth. And I'm very proud of having 3 good albums. Takes us basically 1 album every 5 years, but whatever. So that's good. No Papyrus Front. That was only the first album. That was only Drift. Anyway, but thank you to Slow Cool, to Streep, to T.S. Befiston, you Christensen, V&K, Virgo Praz, Visen, and Zenith Dante. Comic Sans, yeah. Comic Sans. No, not Comic Sans either. But anyway, yeah, I'm very pleased with it, and I hope people will enjoy it, and that will be something you can get if you're able to support the Patreon. Again, don't forget about the YouTube, the Discord, don't forget about the Twitter, don't forget about the shop, don't forget about the Patreon, again, !ARVTREON, and that sub button, !sub, ARV sub, no, not !ARV sub, just hit the sub button, and you'll be able to sub to the channel. That also is a way to support the channel, and you can get some of those awesome emotes like the Kooky Canucks new red feather that he got today. So I'd appreciate if you're able to support me in that way. But that is going to do it for now. We are going to do a raid, but again, please don't go and do this raid until the end. So stick around here. The miniature Stonehenge sorted out. Yeah, exactly. Well, I figure I'm going to do the thing where I come out of the chrysalis leukothea, like in Spinal Tap. I figure that's definitely what we need to kind of give us the edge that we actually have. Oh man. Oh my God, Heath Hembry actually got a big out. Well, wonders never cease. That's going to do it for me, though. Thanks, everybody. Again, sorry for the slight distraction, but I'm also watching my team. So go Red Sox. You guys are the best, and I will see all of you tomorrow, later today, I should say, for Masters of the Dungeon, and then D&D with viewers. Until then, everyone be good to each other. Have a good night. Oh, and Lone Wolf HD Remastered. Complete. For Kai, for the Sommerlund, and for the Red Sox.
Fresh and new, when it all seemed clear to you, when your aim was straight and true, were your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark, content to play your part, open pathways to your heart.